What's going on, bottom line viewers? It's Mitch here live for what some have called the game of the year, the game of 2020 between 2019's MVP and 2018's MVP, Lamar Jackson versus Patrick Mahomes, two of the bright young stars in the NFL that are going to carry the NFL on their shoulders into this next generation. And this is the first game, I would say, that has a special buzz around it between these two. And we're about to see it. We might see this game twice this year. So there's a lot to take away from this one. I'm going to be here throughout the entirety of the game, reacting to the action, providing you play-by-play and analysis. If you are new, make sure you do subscribe to the channel, and we're about to just kick off. If you're excited for this game, Gronk spike that like button and subscribe, like I said, to the channel for weekly NFL live streams. The game is underway. It starts off with nothing but a touchback, as we always start off the NFL nowadays. Touchback City. All right, so we got Lamar Jackson starting with the football. Let me know in the comments, guys, as I'll be reacting to your comments as well as the game all night long. So get in here. Let's have some fun. Let's enjoy this action. Let's enjoy this game. We have a very interesting matchup. First, Lamar Jackson takes the field. I'm intrigued to see how the Chiefs, Spagnuolo, who was a huge part of their success last year in that playoff run, what he has in terms of stopping Lamar Jackson in this game. So straight up, they got Tyrann Mathieu in the box. The Ravens come out with a power I formation. Under center, Lamar hands off to Mark Ingram for a solid first down carry. So I'm intrigued to see how much we see of Lamar running, how much we see of Mark Ingram and these backs, J.K. Dobbins running, how much we see of Lamar looking downfield to attack Marquise Brown. I think some of the great individual matchups that we're going to see is Chris Jones up front versus this interior offensive line. He is a game wrecker. We know that. And who is going to contain Lamar? Is that going to be Tyrann Mathieu, who's now kind of playing in the box as a linebacker? Handoff on a stretch run to Mark Ingram. Ingram gets about 3 yards, and that's going to set up a 3rd and 2. Guys, let's get those likes up early right now for this stream so we can get as many people in here as possible. Let's try to fill this chat up. Let's try to fill it up and have some fun. The more people, the better, the more excitement for this game that we can provide and we could get. All right, what's going on, Kevin Cant? What's going on, Jason? The sports group, he's in here. Nicholas says, Mitch, I need a Bears apology. No, because they've played CFL teams thus far on their schedule. Mr. Cash says Chiefs win in a blowout. That's his prediction. 3rd and 2. It's a little first run from Lamar to the 30, 50, 40, 35, and out of bounds in Chiefs territory. A awesome read option design, and Lamar takes it and explodes for a huge gain. Just a little fake to the back on an outside zone. They get some lead blockers to the right, and Lamar he is one of the fastest players in the NFL. I don't even think you could just say the fastest quarterback. I think straight up ball carriers in the NFL, Lamar Jackson is one of the fastest players. And he takes that into Chiefs territory. So a huge 3rd down conversion. And that's an area where Baltimore is very, very good. They're very good at setting up manageable 3rd downs and then thriving off of it. First down, play action pass for Lamar. That's incomplete to Marquise Brown. He had him, but just a little off on the accuracy from Lamar. And it did look like Marquise might have slipped up there on his route. So 2nd and 10 upcoming. Number 27 on him in coverage. I believe that's is that Fenton? Who is that? Let's see. That is Fenton. So Fenton with the coverage on Marquise Brown. We'll see how that looks going forward to see who's covering Marquise Brown. They take him off the field for this down. They're back in a power formation with Nick Boyle leading the way. Another read option for Lamar. And he gets 7 yards on that carry, setting up, again, a 3rd and manageable situation. And this is where the Ravens thrive because you have Lamar, you have the unpredictability of the read option game, of the he could hand it off, he could run it himself, or they could play action you to death and hit you over the top or underneath to one of their sneaky tight ends. I just think this offense is built to take on the Chiefs. They're built to keep the ball away from Patrick Mahomes, and they're built to score versus this defense, which is not great versus the run. So we'll see if the Chiefs can make a stop here. Another read option carry and a pitch by Lamar. An incredible play by Lamar that allows the Ravens to get a first down. It almost looked like that wasn't the design. I want to say it was triple option, but it wasn't really. It was like a read option with a pitch option because there was no third option there. But Lamar, maybe he incorrectly read it so that he should have handed off to Dobbins. But instead he keeps it. There's a guy there coming towards him, and he still is able to flip it to his back. That's a huge conversion in this kind of game, which is expected to be a shootout. So Lamar just showing off his MVP qualities right there. At the 26-yard line are the Ravens. Handoff this time to Mark Ingram. Mark Ingram, that perfect power complement, gets an 11-yard gain on first down, and that is another Ravens first down. So already 4 minutes gone in this game. That full house package. Look at Lamar. Handoff. You gotta worry about Lamar. And it's tough, man. It's tough. Mark Ingram, I feel like they've kind of been saving him early this season for this game. Kevin Durkant says J.K. Dobbins is explosive. Ultra's in the chat. What's up, Ultra? Trayvon says, you have to say my full name, Trayvon Dixon, to be highlighted. What's up? I don't know what you're talking about. 8-yard line after a play to Duvernay, who is a rookie wide receiver who they drafted in the mid-rounds this year. He's got some speed and quickness to him as well, which is an add-in complement to the passing game. Devin Duvernay from, I believe, Texas. Third-round pick in 2020. He plays a little bit of slot. He'll get the ball occasionally as well on a handoff. Mark Andrews, now we're in that kind of 10 zone area. We're inside that 10-yard line. Mark Andrews is the big threat. Lamar's running. Lamar stiff arm. Lamar manages to throw it away. So the Chiefs, they've at some points contained Lamar, but at other points, not so much. So we'll see which way it goes for the rest of this game. A couple of these plays, like that one pitch play by Lamar, was just a great individual effort. But that one third down, that first spread set read option, Lamar was really able to get some space and some lead blockers. So I think that's the main thing you got to focus on when you're taking on the Ravens, is you got to stop Lamar running first. And that's just so different from other teams. Throw into the flat by Lamar, a little rollout throw, and that goes basically nowhere to Willie Snead. They also love those plays, and it's going to be 4th and short. So we'll see if the Ravens end up kicking a field goal or if they do go for it here. They might, because it's early in the game, they might take the points. So 4th and 3, it looks like they will kick the field goal, which we know with Justin Tucker, it's basically automatic. He's made 64 consecutive field goals inside 40 yards, which is just ludicrous. Like, not even blocked or hit the post. Like 64 straight. Let's see if he could get 65. He does. So that is good for Justin Tucker, and it is now a 3-0 lead with 6 minutes off the clock on their first possession by the Ravens. So now we're going to see the really, truly engaging, interesting matchup, which to me is the Ravens defense versus the Chiefs offense. That to me is the best matchup in this game, specifically the secondary of the Ravens and Wink Martindale versus Patrick Mahomes and these receivers and Travis Kelce. So guys, if you're enjoying thus far, do Gronk spike that like button. Let me know you're enjoying. Get in that comment section and give me your feedback. Give me your thoughts on the game thus far. Coach says, got to get 7 versus the Chiefs. Well, we'll see how this offense or this defense looks for the Ravens. I think the thing about the Chiefs is they typically start slow. So if you're just able to get any sort of points on them early in the game, you're going to take it. And, you know, you would prefer to get 7. But And I'm sure the Chiefs are coming in as a defensive game plan saying, yeah, we'll let you have 3 because we can count on Mahomes to get 7. But I think early in the game, you want to get the lead if you're the Ravens. The Ravens are predicated on getting the lead. They are the best team in the NFL when they have the lead. They basically do not let it go. The Chiefs are the best team coming from behind in a comeback effort. So that's kind of the interesting thing about this. Like, who is better at what they're best at? Mahomes coming from behind or Lamar holding the lead? That's kind of like the big thing that I think makes this game and these two teams so interesting. Durkant says, let's see how B. Moore plays Tyreek and Kelsey. Yes, I'm intrigued, and I'm sure Bill Belichick is watching for next week. Opium says, Mitch, the Bills won the game, but Ramsey locked up Diggs. Yeah, well, I said that. I think I said that, Opium. I think I called that, right? I mean, Diggs doesn't really show up versus great corners. For whatever reason, I never seen him have a great game versus a great cornerback. But he does torch basically any average quarterback or cornerback. That's the thing about Diggs I've noticed over his career. Would you put Peters on Hill? So I don't think you can just single up Hill. Like, you can't. Nobody can. I think it's going to be an effort for them to double him in some sort of way. The thing about the Ravens is they don't really have the speed at cornerback that like a team like New England does, which New England has done a good job in the past at kind of doubling Hill with 2 really fast players. But I think a different way you could go is pressing him with a really physical cornerback and then kind of playing over top coverage with a faster guy at safety. So maybe they put Marlon Humphrey on him. I wouldn't be shocked if they did. Sammy Watkins is playing in this game, so another way they could go is maybe going Peters on Hill with safety help and then putting Humphrey on Watkins. But the interesting thing is going to be, how do they match up? So here it is, Tyreek Hill on a little end around, and Hill is getting some yards, and he's hit out of bounds kind of late there. That might be a penalty. I think that was McPhee, but he's able to get 25, 30 yards, and that's the thing with Tyreek Hill, man. It's not just the over-the-top game. It's not just the bombs that you got to worry about. You got to worry about the screens. You got to worry about the runs, the designed runs that happen as well. And Sammy Watkins, I mean, we saw in that Super Bowl, he's a good player when he has an advantage. He's a good number 2. Then you got to worry about Clyde Edwards-Helaire and Kelsey. I think that is the concern for me for Baltimore, is how do they play Kelsey? How do they play Clyde Edwards-Helaire? And it looks like Jimmy Smith is playing Kelsey, which looks like a playbook. And it's tipped up in the air and almost intercepted, but it's not intercepted. There's a flag on the play here. Let's see if there's interference or some sort of holding. But I think that would be offsetted if the ball's tipped in the air. I don't think you can call that penalty, but I'm not sure. Turtle, what's up, Turtle? Trayvon says, hi, the bottom line view. I am new. What's up, man? I appreciate you joining. Hopefully you're enjoying. If you are, I hope you subscribe. And if it's worth it, subscribe. Stick around. We love to go live here on this channel, and we have a great community of guys in the chat that know their football. So Jimmy Smith looks to be one-on-one with Travis Kelce, which is kind of a Belichickian move. Remember, J.C. Jackson has played a lot on Kelce in the past. You kind of got to treat Kelce as a big receiver. Handoff to, I believe that's Edwards-Helaire for a yard. Edwards-Helaire is probably the smallest looking player in the NFL. Like, just looking at him on the screen, he looks tiny. Tiny. It's also interesting to see how many safeties and linebackers the Ravens are playing here. So they got about 2, it looks like 2 down linemen, and then they got 4 different guys kind of standing up at the line of scrimmage. Just straight up rush and blitz. Mahomes is able to get it out quick, and he finds Kelce for the first down on 2nd and 9. So that's something. You got to be able to, if you're going to blitz, you got to take away those short, immediate throws from Mahomes away. You can't let him get those easy gains and look at his first read and throw to his first read, which he did there to Kelsey. If you're going to blitz, you kind of got to be a little aggressive and hope. I mean, if he's able to just extend the play and beat your blitz, then, hey, your offense has got to score too. That's why the Chiefs are so good. We got 2 receivers on the field, 2 tight ends for the Chiefs. Play action. Mahomes looks deep. Mahomes finds his guy. That is Tyreek Hill. He turns the corner. He makes the guy miss. He backs out of bounds at the 4-yard line. So Tyreek Hill looking like a problem thus far for the Ravens. And that's the thing we discussed right off the top, guys. Ultra asked that question, who do you cover him with? It looks to be Marcus Peters with very soft coverage right now on Tyreek Hill. And that's the thing about Marcus Peters. He played for the Chiefs. So Andy Reid, the Chiefs, they kind of know Marcus Peters' tendencies. They know what he's good at. They know what he's bad at. Bunch to the left, throw to the right, and that is incomplete. I don't want to say that's a drop by Clyde Edwards-Helaire. The pass was slightly off by Mahomes. So it's going to be 2nd and goal with 6:48 left in the first quarter. Yeah, Tyreek is a game changer, man. It feels like the Chiefs, they rise to the occasion. They're a team that, hey, we saw versus the Chargers last week. They kind of play down to their opponent because they know they're a championship team. And when you're a championship team, it's hard to get invested in games that you think you're going to win by a lot. But in a game versus the Ravens, versus the team that's supposed to knock you off, this is a big showcase game for them. Mahomes scrambles to the right. He has a wide open walk-in touchdown, and that gives the Chiefs an early lead, and Mahomes with the classic Selly. So we got a 6-3 lead. Andy Reid calling up the plays. Mahomes making stuff happen. And that's the thing, man. You know, the Ravens can stress you out one way with Lamar and what he can do, and then the Chiefs can stress you out another way with what Mahomes can do and his ability to extend the play. You can't just play man all the time with no spies and no contain, because Mahomes has shown, especially last year in the playoffs, he's been getting better and better. And versus the Chargers, he's been getting better and better at, Butker missed in a game with the 2 best kickers in the league. That might be the difference there. Tucker makes his field goal. Butker misses the extra point. So it's 6-3 now for the Chiefs. But what I was basically saying is, you know, the Ravens can stress you out with Lamar because you kind of got to pay attention to what he can do with his legs. But Mahomes does it in a different way. He scrambles. He's looking to throw first. But if you don't pay attention to his legs, he can burn you, especially in the red zone when you only need 10 yards, 5 yards to score a touchdown. And Mahomes can make one guy miss most often. So Butker is like the 2nd best kicker in the league, I would say, only behind Tucker, and he misses that extra point, which is very, very rare. So that might come back to haunt them in this game. We'll have to see. James says, if the Bucs win Sunday, Brady will surpass former Patriots teammate Adam Vinatieri for the most career regular season wins by a player at any position. That's a good stat. Thank you for that stat. I didn't know that. Thank you, James. We're going to have clowns on the prowl tonight, boys, says Kevin Durkant. I appreciate all the mods in the chat. I appreciate Durkant, Ultra Party, the Lifers, Opium, who somehow asks if I know who they are every single chat, every single game, every single week, but literally they're at every single live stream, so I don't really get it. Trayvon said, bro, I subscribe to you. Thank you. Appreciate that. I think a big thing about this game, too, with 2 brilliant coaching staffs is going to see the adjustments they make, not just during a quarter break or a halftime break, but also during the game, like on the sidelines from series to series. How does Wink Martindale come out next series, adjusting to what the Chiefs showed him on the first series? How do the Chiefs adjust to what Lamar and they showed him, on the first series? So Spagnuolo, I think specifically with the defensive coordinators, that's going to be the big challenge, is adjusting. And if I was the Ravens there, I know they just gave up 7 points, I'd be playing the pass every down. I mean, if they can beat you with Clyde Edwards-Helaire on the ground every play, then just let them run the ball every play. That's what I would do. I would just sell out for the pass every play. If that means I got to sink everybody into a zone like the Chargers did last week, I just say, hey, we signed Calais, or we traded for Calais Campbell for a reason. You know, this guy's going to take on and shed some blockers and tackle the running back. But we got to rely on our big boys up front to take away the run, and we're just going to have everybody from the linebackers to the safeties to the corners playing the pass. So I didn't really see that so much with the Ravens. The Ravens were very aggressive on that first drive, a few blitzes. One of them came through, but Mahomes made the quick little throws to get rid of the football. And that's an area where the Chiefs have kind of been up and down, versus the Texans. They showed a great ability to get rid of the football quickly and into the flat and be able to beat a defense that was just sinking way back into coverage. But then last week, it seemed like Mahomes was trying to look for that big play versus the Chargers, and he really wasn't taking what the defense was giving him. So it's interesting. Maybe Mahomes is on today when he wasn't on last week. The Ravens suck, says Jay. Trayvon says he has Patrick Mahomes as his starting quarterback in fantasy. But you're a Ravens fan, aren't you? So that kind of sucks. Yeah, the Bears are really 3-0. That is something I did not want to see. Sorry, Nicholas. No, I'm just kidding. I don't care. I just didn't think that would happen. I thought they would lose to the Lions, which they should have lost to the Lions. But that's a story for a different day. 6:36 left in the first quarter. It is now 6-3. Sports Group says Mahomes' arm wins this game. Very well could. And here, the Ravens are down early on. The Chiefs are typically a slow starting team. So this puts pressure on Lamar and this offense if they do not come down here and score. Lamar! Looks like a triple option play. Nobody takes the quarterback, and he's able to get a first down, but there is a flag on the play. That's possibly holding, but we'll have to see what the call is here. Let's adjust this for a little bit. Nicholas played bad team. Yeah, you guys played terrible teams. I kind of want to see the Bears play some good teams before I give them credit. I'm sorry, Nick, so I'm not going to be giving you an apology anytime soon. Turtle says, reminder that the Ravens' interior offensive line is about as weak as Party Part's pickup lines. Oh! Party, are you going to take that, bro? Second penalty of this. Oh, my goodness. Harbaugh is pissed. Absolutely pissed. He was letting that ref get it. He was letting that ref have it right there. Screen pass outside, and that's a quick wrap-up tackle by Fenton, who's going to be a huge part of if the Chiefs defense can slow down this Ravens O. Holy, I've never seen Harbaugh that mad in my life. Did you guys see that? That was nuts. 2nd and 20, 5:45 left in the first quarter. Greg Roman, one of the best offensive play callers, in my opinion, in the NFL right now. 2nd and 20. Lamar throws. That's Mark Andrews, his number one target, in my opinion, at tight end. One of the 3 or 4 best tight ends in football. Catches it and makes it a 3rd and medium situation for Lamar here, which likely means it is going to be a pass. And this is exactly where you want the Ravens to be if you're the Chiefs defense. You want them in a clear-cut passing situation. Because one, that takes away, or it's 3rd and long still. It's 3rd and 15. My bad. That's even better. But to me, anything 3rd and 8 and more, that's where you want the Ravens, because they don't have great targets on the outside. Their offensive line is weaker than some people think. And Lamar is having to avoid like 4 people here. He's on the run, and he fumbles! The ball goes out of bounds. It is Ravens football because the ball did go out of bounds. Lamar fumbled, and that's Chris Jones, man. I think Chris Jones is the second or third best defensive player in the entire NFL. He shows up there on third down. And that's also the strength to the Chiefs' defense. I don't think they have Frank Clark in this game, guys. Or maybe they do. He was hurt last week. He might be playing. I think I see him there, 55. But with Frank Clark, with Chris Jones, that's the strength to the Chiefs' defense. That ability on third and long to just tee off at the quarterback, and that is the weakness to the Ravens. This Ravens offensive line is not that good, especially in pass protection. They've lost a lot of key pieces, and their overall best players have just not been playing as well this year as they did last. So the Chiefs are going to get the ball at like the 32-yard line now, and Mahomes is set up to go double digits up on Lamar and the Ravens here. So we'll see what happens on this drive. If Jones dominates this game, it will be a long night for Baltimore, says Ultra. I would definitely agree with that. Is Akeem Hicks a top 5 D tackle? I mean, he's in that mix. I think any given week he has the ability to be that. I don't know if I'd straight up just say he is right now, but... Hey guys, if you're just joining, do Gronk spike that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. It's the game of the year. It is the Ravens and the Chiefs. Monday Night Football, week number 3. Durkant says, Ravens flaws equal can't pass when they need to. Teams can commit to stopping the run. They can't pass out of their holes, which I think he means when they're down. Interior offensive line is weak. Defensively, they're too aggressive scheme-wise, and they can't play from behind. Yeah, that's fair. I think defensively, they don't really have any flaws. You're saying they're too aggressive. I mean, they might be too aggressive versus Patrick Mahomes, but versus most offenses, their aggressiveness is the reason why they're so good. So maybe independent to this matchup, they might be too aggressive, but I don't know. I think their defense is really well balanced. It doesn't really have any flaws. It's just the fact that in the modern NFL, the game is tilted towards offenses. So if you have a great offense, you're going to move the ball versus any defense. That's just the way it is. And, you know, Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce, these guys are such rare players and such rare matchups that basically no defense can match up with them and contain both of them and contain this entire offense. Because then you got to worry about Edwards-Helaire, you got to worry about Sammy Watkins, Mecole Hardman, who also runs a 4-3. You got to worry about all these guys. Robinson even. Mahomes' legs. That's why it's so challenging. So here we go. It's not like, you know, back in the day when you could beat up the receivers and you could, you know, hit the quarterback late and you could really hit guys over the middle of the field hard. Like the 2020 NFL is built for offense. And that's why the Chiefs were able to win the Super Bowl last year. And that's why they're one of the best teams in the NFL. So that's a 4-yard gain. Like, I don't think this Chiefs team, even in the 2000s, would be this good. Like, I think they would be like a playoff team, but I don't think they would actually be a Super Bowl team just because more physical big teams would just beat them up and wear them down. And I still think that's their weakness. It's just not as easy to do it in this NFL. 2nd and 6, handoff to Edwards-Helaire, and that is a gain of... Oh, he continues to run and turn his feet. He's still on his feet. And he got a first down. Oh my goodness, bro. That's my number 1 running back in the NFL draft. I like Jonathan Taylor a lot too, but man, look at this. This is a guy, he's 5'6", bro. He escapes 3 tacklers. He does not go down. There's 6 Ravens on him, and he's still running. He didn't go down. Opium says, should the Ravens play the same defense the Patriots play the Chiefs? I think they can to a certain degree, but I don't think they have the same talent. They got probably a slightly better pass rush, but their coverage unit on the back end is not as good, and it's not as fast. So it's difficult to do that, I think. I think they can replicate elements of it, like maybe like taking away Kelce with Jimmy Smith, but they don't really have like a Jonathan Jones who runs like a 4-3 to cover Tyreek Hill, right? They got like Marcus Peters. So that's kind of their missing piece, I would say. And their safeties aren't nearly as versatile as New England's with Devin McCourty. So they kind of got to be more aggressive than New England was. Screen, and that is exactly where you get burnt if you're aggressive on a blitz, is a little screen pass to a great receiving back like Edwards-Helaire, and he's able to pick up the first down and more, a little cross screen. So a cross screen across the quarterback's face instead of, going to the same side. And that's a first down. Clyde looks good, though. Clyde is a piece that really the Chiefs haven't shown off too much, especially as a receiver. Like, they've done a lot in terms of him running the ball, but receiving-wise, they haven't, which he's very good in that area. Great hit by Marlon Humphrey. And that, to me, is why Marlon Humphrey, and that's going to make it 2nd and 10, is one of the best corners in the NFL, is because he's basically a cornerback who can cover, who also hits like a linebacker. And he causes an incompletion there to, I believe that was Darwin Thompson out of the backfield. So that's going to make it 2nd and 10 with 1 minute remaining in the first quarter. Second and 10. Nice screenplay to Travis Kelce. He finds him for a first down. This is why you love Andy Reid, man. He hits you with a screen to his back early on. Then he has a play right after it. That is a true indication of a great play caller right there. You line up Tyreek Hill in the backfield. You cause confusion for the secondary. You're looking, when a defense sees that, they think, okay, Tyreek's going to get the ball. So what do? Fake it to Tyreek. Throw it over the middle to your number 2 option, which is Travis Kelce for the first down. And that's how I think they're going to need to get Kelce involved, is kind of like scheming up those plays. Mahomes escapes a sack on 1st and 10, throws the ball up out of bounds, and Robinson is there to catch it, but he's out of bounds. So nice pressure there by the Ravens to be able to disrupt. They need to wrap up, though, to get that negative play. You need those negative plays when playing the Chiefs, but that was such a weird formation. I mean, they had a 3-man stack to the left for the Chiefs, and then they motioned their running back into the backfield and then snapped the football. So Andy Reid's kind of showing off his wizardry here early on in this game. We got now a 2nd and 10. Mahomes 4 for 7, 70 yards and a rushing touchdown. They have 3 receivers, trips to the left, Kelce to the right. Edwards-Helaire, a little motion out of the backfield. Mahomes throws. He finds Kelce. That's another catch for Kelce, but there is a flag on the play. That could be some sort of illegal shift, possibly, maybe an offsides. Yes, offside. So that's not going to stand. That is going to be declined. And that's going to stand as a first down and another catch for Travis Kelce. So this is an interesting approach from the Ravens defense here. They don't really seem to have an answer. The Chiefs are keeping them off balance with a variety of play calls. And they really haven't ran the ball at all yet. Like, at all. Bunch to the right. Motion to the left from Hardman. Fake screen. Throw up top. And that is deflected by 6'8" giant Calais Campbell. It's kind of hard to throw over Calais Campbell. He's kind of big. Kind of big. Just a little big. So they tried another way to screen up. This is finding 15 different ways to throw a screen pass if you're the Chiefs. And they would have had blockers out in front. This was a well-designed play. As you can see if you're watching this, they had 3 blockers with only 2 defenders out there. So that might have gone for a big play. But because Calais Campbell is like 8'8", they couldn't throw it over his head. Travis Kelce in motion. Hand off, and there's a run to Thompson for a couple of yards. So just keeping the defense honest. That will make it 3rd and 8. Personally, I don't like 2nd and 10 runs. That's just my opinion. 3rd and 9. Because if you get no yards, it puts you in a 3rd and 10. So, first quarter is over. So now we're going to flip fields and go to the second quarter. Mahomes looking comfortable. Great play calling from the Chiefs, and the Ravens defense is kind of on their toes right now, guys. Benjamin says, how are you guys watching? Mine only shows the scoreboard. Are you talking about my stream or are you talking about the game? I'm not sure. Guys, if you've enjoyed the game so far through one quarter, give this stream a like. Gronk, spike that like button. And if you are new, subscribe to the channel for weekly NFL live streams and play-by-play. All right. We're entering quarter number 2 of the game of 2020. James, stop making fun of the Lions or you're going to get booted out of the chat. No, I'm just kidding. We're on commercial, guys. Quarter break. So far, interesting. Chiefs seem to have the upper hand. That penalty really was huge. The one that Harbaugh was pissed about because that's a 10-yard loss. And we know that when the Ravens are taking penalties, and they're setting their offense is taking penalties, they're setting themselves up with negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's exactly where they don't want to be. And that is basically the game. That's the game for the Ravens. If they win early downs, they win. If they lose early downs, they lose. That's basically it. That's what we saw versus the Titans last year. That's what we've seen when they've had challengers, is basically that. So we'll see the Chiefs. They definitely can't be taking dumb offensive penalties. Keep It Trill says, thoughts on the Lions after a win yesterday against a good team? They should be 2-1 right now. Unfortunately, they are not. They have another tough game this week versus the Saints. I don't think that game's unwinnable. I think they have a chance to win that game in some sort of shootout capacity. But, hey, man, I still think they got a shot. They got a really soft schedule after their bye week. So if they can go on a stretch run of a few good games, looks like they're getting healthier. Desmond Trufant didn't play last game. And I think they should add a pass rusher if they can via free agency or trade. They definitely could use one. But their offense with Kenny Golladay is a lot better. Stafford is just a lot better when he has him there. And they can basically beat everybody. They can beat anyone any given week. But the thing about the Lions is they can also lose to anybody any given week. So they just got to win more than they lose, man. Honestly, it's simple analysis. But if Patricia keeps playing or coaching as well as he did, then they got a shot. So there you go. Big play, 1st down. Mahomes again, just making a little bit, buying a little bit of time for his offensive line. And it looks like Marcus Peters getting eaten up. That was a nice route by Sammy Watkins, and in and out, sort of stop and go outside. And Sammy Watkins finds the cushion and gets the 1st down for his quarterback. Ravens have no answers for this Andy Reid, Patrick Mahomes so far. 1st and goal, 7 plays of 10+ yards so far for the Chiefs, which indicates how well their offense is playing. Mahomes moving up in the pocket, throwing to Tyreek Hill, and that is just a 2-yard gain on the play. 1 minute gone in the second quarter. 2nd and goal. 6-3. Second quarter, which I should update right now. Yeah, Lions look like a middle-of-the-road pack team right now, but I wouldn't... The way the NFC is situated, I really don't see any great teams in the NFC. So I do think they could make the playoffs still. I wouldn't rule that out. I think they could definitely squeak in. Probably not win their division. I think that's going to be Green Bay. but they could make the wild card. So there's a 2-yard gain on 2nd and goal, setting up 3rd and about 5 to go to score a touchdown here. I think something that's underrated about this game as well is how do the Chiefs offensively play the clock? Because we know that the Ravens are a better team when they have a lot of possession of the ball. So if you make the Ravens offense speed up, and if you're the Chiefs, you slow it down a bit. Oh my gosh, that was an amazing call. I don't even know how to describe that. So Mahomes, Andy Reid is just showing off at this point. That was unreal. How do I describe this to you guys? So let's watch this replay. Under center, Mahomes, Tyreek Hill is at running back. They fake the handoff, roll out, and Mahomes just throws a shovel pass like Brett Favre to the fullback, Sherman, who just walks in for a free touchdown. Like, holy crap, Andy Reid. And that extra point is good this time for Harrison Butker. So now it's 13-3. What's up, Miss Sharon, who's a big Chiefs fan in the chat? 13-3. Blowout, says Durkant. That was a sexy play design. I mean, oh my God. Can the Ravens keep up in this game? Their defense has not been looking good thus far. And that's why it's hard to judge. I mean, the Ravens kind of steamrolled a couple teams in 2 weeks. And now they come out a little flat. And their defense their heads are spinning, man. Like, the Chiefs are these play calls. Like, I don't even want to say, like, it's not really even Mahomes right now. Like, Mahomes is making the throws and stuff, but the play calls are just unbelievable. Like, guys are wide open. The receivers are giving the Ravens fits. Their offensive line is picking up the blitzers. And, like, it just seems like misdirection, off-balance plays are just absolutely torching the Ravens defense right now. So they need to quickly adjust to that. And here's the thing. Adjusting to that is going to make the Ravens play maybe more simplistic, which is exactly what you don't want if you are a defense, right? Especially versus Mahomes, where if you're in a simple defense, simple coverage, because you really can't contain all these different plays that Andy Reid's throwing at you, Mahomes is at that point just going to take over. So it's so tough, man. It's so tough. You gotta have amazing personnel or a rock solid game plan to contain this offense. Like the Chargers play that one style of defense, that Seattle scheme, but they have incredible personnel and a great pass rush. And they're just able to kind of slow down the Chiefs. So that's something we're not seeing thus far. Ultra says, I thought this team was supposed to beat Buffalo. Buffalo, okay, slow down on Buffalo. Butcher says, I see that Newton jersey. Are you a Patriots fan? Yes, I'm a Patriots fan. Kevin Durkant says, Ultra, literally everything I said is being put on display right now. Yeah, okay, so it can be put on display versus the Chiefs. Oh, big return for the Ravens! The 50, the 40, the 30, the 20, the 10, touchdown Ravens! Huge special teams touchdown for the Baltimore Ravens. That is rookie third rounder Devin Duvernay, 93-yard kick return touchdown. And that is John Harbaugh's special teams. There's 3 phases of football: Offense, defense, special teams. The area that nobody talks about. So far, kickoff return for the Ravens and missed extra point for Harrison Butker. So far, one area of the game is keeping the Ravens in the game. Now it's going to be 13-10 because I'm pretty sure that Justin Tucker is not going to miss this kick. So we'll see. 12:40 left in the second quarter. 13-9 right now. We'll see if this extra point is good. Turtle says Duvernay is the GOAT. Durkant says Ultra. The only way they can get back in the game is by getting a kick return. Durkant. What if the Ravens win the Super Bowl? I think Durkant's going to look like the biggest dummy in history of Bottom Line View. I think that's going to be the case. Do I root for all Boston teams? No, I'm not from Boston, so no. 12:40. It is good. 13-10 for the Chiefs. Huge momentum changing kick return for the Ravens. And if that's what they need to do, that's what they need to do, is score on special teams. Bus says, dang, I knew the Chiefs were going to win this game. Bus, the game's not over, bro. Ultra says the Ravens are weak interior offensive line. They lack weapons. Why is everyone all over the Ravens here? What about the Chiefs? They have a lack of ability of getting pressure. They're very aggressive and a grabby secondary. They're also 2-0 and one of the best teams in the NFL, guys. 12:40 left in the first half. Hey, thanks, man. I appreciate that. It's not really my bread and butter, but if I can do a good job, thanks. Appreciate it. John Harbaugh, 10 seasons as the Eagles special teams coordinator. There it is. That's where it shows up. I believe he was the special teams coordinator when the Eagles went to the Super Bowl with Andy Reid, I think. I could be wrong there, but I'm not sure. I think he was. Oh, yeah, that no-look pass versus the Ravens 2 years ago. It's funny because like other quarterbacks will do that and nobody like pays attention to it. But when Mahomes does something, like it's all over Twitter. Ultra says the winner of this game may very well be first on Ultra's top 10, which they probably should be. Not going to lie. Big stop there by big Brandon Williams. So that's how you do it. Stop that run on 1st and 10, make it a 2nd and 11. And now you get those players to play the pass in the game. Derek Wolfe comes on the field instead. Brandon Williams goes out. You get a pass rusher in there. 2nd and 11. Shotgun for Mahomes. Empty set now as Edwards-Helaire motions out wide. And this looks to be straight up zone coverage. Blitz by the Ravens and very soft coverage. So that's going to make it 3rd and about 6 for the Chiefs here after a completion to Mecole Hardman for about 5 to 6 yards. The Ravens, they blitz 64% of 3rd down plays. That's the highest since 2019, the highest in the NFL. That is very high. That's like Rex Ryan like. Like every time on 3rd down when you played Rex Ryan, you knew the whole team was coming at your quarterback. 3rd and 4, bunch to the right. Throw to Kelsey, and that's incomplete. Poor timing. Rather, Kelsey didn't break his route off in time, or Mahomes mistimed the throw. Either way, that's going to allow the Ravens to get back on offense here and have all the momentum. And that's kind of what you got to hope for if you're the team playing the Chiefs. You got to hope for some missed timing, some missed throws, some drops, anything that can help your defense. So the Ravens are going to get the ball back here, and the Lamar Jackson led offense has an opportunity to go up in this game. 4th and 4, punt is away. We'll see if the Ravens can make another special teams play here. Caught at the 10. Makes a guy miss. To the 15. To the 20. Makes another guy miss. He's at the 26-yard line, so another good return on special teams by the Ravens. Coming up next, Lamar. Deshaun says, did you see the Eagles game yesterday? I didn't see the entirety of it. I saw some of the overtime where like really no team wanted to win the game. That was a little weird to me. I've never quite seen that, but that was odd. Yeah, that was odd. Ultra says, Mitch mentions how Stafford can make all the throws Mahomes does. He kind of can. Am I wrong there? There's literally a video on YouTube about that. Chase Claypool is a beast. He's not awful. Stop hating, bro. Doug says the Ravens defense is really happy to be back on the field again. Hey, they just had a 3-and-out. That's big. Yes, there can't beat Nick Gill in fantasy. Bus says, daily reminder that Claypool is the best rookie receiver in the league. Yeah, the Eagles stink. They are awful. It's true, bro. Did you see Stafford's press conference? He's like, I'm tired of being disrespected. Did you see that? I'm tired. This little man, this little short midget quarterback came in, Kyler Murray, and tried to beat me. I'm sorry I'm being disrespected. No, he didn't say that. I'm just kidding. How do I feel about the Pats? I feel very good about the Pats. About as good as I could feel through 3 weeks with this team. I think they are a legitimate AFC contender. And we'll learn more about that next week when they play the Chiefs, which will be a challenge. Tough game. But I think they can give the Chiefs a game for sure. They're probably one of the more balanced teams in the entire league. I mean, how many teams in the league right now actually have a good defense and a good offense? Like 4? Like the Ravens are one of them. The Patriots. I'd say like the Bucks. And I don't even know if there's another one. Like, am I missing anyone there? Does anyone else have a good offense and a good defense? There might be 5 teams. I could probably do it on one hand. Lamar, play action, throw to the outside. That is caught by Willie Snead, out of bounds for about 4 or 5 yards. I do have sound effects. I have this sound effect, my favorite sound effect. I'll get it out for you here, guitar-loving teen. I need to get more, though. I need people to send me sound effects. This is my favorite one. You are an absolute dummy. That's my favorite one. That's mostly in reference to Nicholas Gill. 2nd and 6 coming up at the 31-yard line. Pistol set for Lamar. Play action to Ingram. Throw up top! Right in that breadbasket. That was an impressive throw on a line to Andrews, but it's incomplete in double coverage. Great throw. It was just maybe a bad decision because 2 Chiefs collided with Andrews while the ball got there. But man, he could have had that. 3rd and 6. Durkant says that the Patriots are going to beat down Kansas City. Wow. This is the same guy that said the Pats were going to go 6-10. Charlene says, do you know if Chris Godwin is going to come back? I know he's going to come back. Big hit by the Chiefs defense. Huge hit. That's going to make it 4th and 6. That was on Marquise Brown. He's about $120. Number 24 by the Chiefs came down and just smacked Marquise Brown. That's Thompson. Safety. Great hit. That's legal too. You got to respect a legal good hit in 2020 NFL. There's not many of those. 4th and 6 punt. Punt for the Ravens, so they can't capitalize. Answering your question about Chris Godwin, he'll be back at some point. I'm not sure if it will be this week, next week, the week after that, but he'll be back soon. I don't know if they need him this week. They might as well rest him. They play the Chargers, but we'll see. Ultra. Bus legit only drafted Bus in Mitch's league. Am I streaming the Pats game? Yeah, probably. That's probably the game of the week. That's probably like week 4 in comparison to this week. This week's kind of a weak slate, or week 4 is kind of a weak slate in comparison to week 3. So probably. Light says Pats, bring it in caps. Durkant says the Ravens can't pass. LOL. Ultra says, imagine not having New England in the playoffs. I know, right? Imagine. Couldn't be me, bro, says Ultra. Buzz says, Durkant, you are only winning by 40. I have Andrews, Lamar, Tyreek Hill left to play. Chill your tits. Trump says, I got the Chiefs plus 10.5 and under 61.5 on a teaser. I'm in Vegas. Awesome. I like that bet a lot. It's a really good bet. Teaser. Yeah, I like it. How much you get on that? What's the odds on that? Aesthetic, I cannot show the game. I'm sorry. Hopefully this aesthetic is good enough for you, but I can only do play-by-play and analysis. I can't do actual game footage, or I would get copyrighted. So you can go find, if you want to find a game, find a channel that only has like 10 subscribers that's streaming the game, not one that actually does content. Muhammad says, is Pats better than the Saints and the Bucks? I think they're better than the Saints. I'm not quite sure about the Bucks. I think the Saints are average. Maybe a little bit better than average. But I'm concerned about the Saints. With Michael Thomas, I think they can still squeak out a playoff spot, but I wouldn't think that they could get much further than one win in the playoffs. Just because they're so limited with Drew Brees having no arm anymore, and their defense is kind of getting shredded right now. They're an old defense. They're a slow defense, and a lot of teams are taking advantage of that. 1st and 10 for the Chiefs. We're back from commercial. Mahomes looks over the middle. That is Kelsey open to the 45-yard line of the Ravens with a big play there. Kelsey at this point might have 150 yards. He was just wide open here, too. Like, they should do a better job of taking Kelsey away. Just a nice concept, a couple crossers. And that's the thing about the Chiefs. They're difficult to play in strict zone coverage because their routes and their scheme is more practicated on their receivers just kind of finding a spot and going to the spot more so than actual routes. They kind of just like find areas and they allow their athletes to be athletes. That's why playing man or playing some sort of match coverage is a lot more ideal versus the Chiefs because you can't find a spot versus man-to-man coverage. You just got to beat your guy. 2nd and 5. 11 first downs to only 3, yet the game is 13-10. 2nd and 5, Mahomes on the move. Mahomes looking, Mahomes throws, and that's out of bounds, incomplete. So a throwaway from Mahomes makes it 3rd and 5, 8:41 left in the second quarter. Miss Sharon says the Saints ain't so far. That's true. Chase says, hey, if the Falcons want to lose next Monday to Green Bay, I'm fine with it. Yeah. I think the Packers, Aaron Rodgers could possibly score 58 points in that game. Maybe more, maybe less. I don't know. I'm going to say they go over 38 at the bare minimum. 3rd and 5 upcoming for the Chiefs. I'm sure Ultra is going to enjoy Aaron Rodgers absolutely wrecking his defense next week. Mahomes pump fakes, running around, looking, throws. He finds Mecole Hardman open at the 20-yard line of the Ravens. The Ravens have no answers. They can't get pressure on Mahomes. They're not doing a good job of containing Mahomes. Their coverage is not holding up in the back end. This is just really bad right now. Really bad. And Mahomes is playing good. Mahomes with that nice pump fake kind of opened up this throw to Hardman. And that's what I'm talking about. Like, finding spots in the zone. Like, Hardman was not running a route. He was like running around like street football. 2 tight ends on the field here, or I should say a tight end and a fullback. Fake the handoff, screen, and that is knocked backwards. Great play by Calais Campbell. Campbell's played well so far for Baltimore, but that's about it on defense. 7:35 left in the second, and that is going to set up a 2nd and long. I like the play call there. It just didn't work out. Ultra says odds Aaron Rodgers breaks the touchdown record next week and makes me punch a hole in the wall. I think the punch in the hole in the wall part is already going to happen. Like, I could see that. I think the odds, you probably, the likeliness of you not punching a hole in the wall is probably much better than punching a hole in the wall. But as for breaking the touchdown record, I'm still going to side with he probably doesn't break the touchdown record. Because I don't think Adams is going to be there. Flag on the play. There was a sack, but there's a flag. I think it's holding in the secondary. Never mind, it's offside. So not only are the Ravens not playing very well, they are also making a lot of mistakes in terms of mistakes that they don't typically make. And what I mean by that is penalties. Matthew Judon tried to get a jump because he knows you got to get pressure after Mahomes. And that costs him a big sack there. So instead of the sack, it's still going to be 2nd and 9. Oh, Mitch, give Claypool haters the dummy button. All right.
You are an absolute dummy.
Mahomes throws up top to the best receiver in the NFL. That's Tyreek Hill with the catch and the touchdown. Mahomes is selling, running with the back pedal, and Marcus Peters has no answers. Going as far as sticking his tongue out on live Monday Night Football television like this. Because he just got burnt. And that's the thing about Tyreek Hill. Everybody thinks he's just a burner. But he can also moss you, man. He can moss you. Look at this catch. That is the best receiver. Look at that, man. The best receivers come up in the big games, bro. That's what I'm talking about, Ultra. 6:40 left in the first half. And it might be 20 to 10, not 20 to nothing. 6:40 left in the first half. Butker, it is up. And it is good. It'll look like it almost missed. He's having a rough time out here. GSP is loving the Tyreek Hill fantasy point. This is so far Tyreek Hill's best game of the season. In terms of fantasy. And you would have thought it would have been his worst versus Baltimore. But I guess he's just their kryptonite, eh? I guess. Marcus Peters is getting burnt. Some Chiefs fans are happy. We need more Chiefs fans in the chat. They're all focused right now. Kevin Urquhart says, this team is supposed to be better than Buffalo. Well, let's not act like Buffalo has the Chiefs offense, okay? Let's not act like that yet. Chiefs are looking real good right now. That's true. Ramsey does a really good job versus Tyreek Hill. I will say that. Ramsey is special, though. I don't know. Opium loves Ramsey. Like, are you Ramsey or something? Trump says teaser minus 130. $20-10. Emily says, let's go Chiefs. There's some Chiefs fans. What's up? Marcus Peters is toast, says Kevin Durkan. Doug says, don't want to jinx it. So we do have Chiefs fans in here. They just don't want to talk. Chiefs fans are quiet for being Super Bowl champs. Not overly confident. Ultra says, this man says Hill is the best receiver. Julio can't catch. So, I mean, is Julio even the best receiver on his team, Ultra? I mean, Calvin Ridley's looking pretty good out there. Bink says Aldon Smith. Aldon Smith is a monster. This man, Aldon Smith, misses 4 years, I think, of the NFL and just walks into the league and leads the league in sacks through 3 games. Like, what human being does that? That's not I don't think he's from Earth. Trump said no more scoring. Juan with the clapping. I'll give you a really weak applause here. I love my weak applause. Let's see if the Ravens can respond here. We might have 37 points in the first half. Maybe even more than that. Sorry, Trump. Michael Thomas is awesome. But I don't think any receiver stresses a defense out and stresses a defensive coordinator out as much as Tyreek Hill. Handoff to Mark Ingram on first. Frank Clark is there. Chris Jones is there. And they say, no, sir. Not on us today. That's only 1 yard. So if the Chiefs defense is going to continue to lock up the run game for only 2 yards, that is going to allow them to really put the pressure on this passing game. 6:15 left in the first half. Ravens looking to respond here. I cannot show you the screen, I'm sorry, or I get copyrighted, but I can give you play-by-play. Play action for Lamar, looking to the flat. He throws to the flat. Nick Boyle is wrapped up early. That's Thornhill, who's back this season after missing late last season. Was really good as a rookie. There is a flag on the play, though. That might be on the defense. Hopkins is pretty damn good, too. I would say Hopkins right now is probably, this season is definitely top 3. Flag, holding, that is Snead. I believe he's a rookie. He's played really well this season, though, regardless of if he's a rookie or not. But yeah, that's definitely holding on Marquise Brown. So it doesn't look like they're really putting one individual guy on Marquise Brown. They're kind of mixing it up. And it's kind of odd that Brown doesn't play more. Like, they take him off the field, which is just weird. I would never take a guy like that off the field just because he's so fast. Like, a defense, it's like Tyreek Hill. Like, you take Tyreek Hill off the field, even if you're running the ball, I just don't agree with that. Like, putting a receiver in for the sole purpose of blocking, like, I don't agree. Unless it's 3rd and 1, like, okay, sure, or 4th and 1. But if there's a chance that you may pass the ball in a tendency here, I would keep him on the field just because of what he does, the coverage. So Lamar's in the shotgun, but that's just my opinion. Play action, Lamar looking, throwing, and that is tipped on 2nd and 7. That is number 54. I believe that's Damian Wilson, but I'm not familiar with all of their numbers. That is Damian Wilson. So Mark Andrews. Looking for Mark Andrews. And it just seems like the Chiefs are all over the money concepts of the Ravens, which has been a really, really good job by Spagnuolo. They're kind of flooding the middle of the field and making Lamar kind of throw difficult throws here. And they're not biting on the play action. 3rd and 7. Blitz. Lamar's having to run around. Lamar's looking. Lamar's throwing. Lamar overshoots Mark Andrews, and it should have been picked off by Snead, but Snead's now banged up. But he looks to be okay. Nope, never mind. I thought he was okay, but I don't know. I think he might have hurt his collarbone or his shoulder or something. Spagnuolo looks a little pumped up. What's up, Molly? Molly says, diehard Chiefs fan right here, baby. Good to see the Chiefs support in the chat. I think because I'm a Patriots fan, I don't have that many Chiefs fans that are subscribed, but I would like to have more. 4th and 7. Punt is away. Punt bounces out of bounds at the 15-yard line. So Mahomes is going to look to go up 3 possessions on Lamar here at the end of the half. Way too often where they misuse their key players. You're talking about Baltimore, I'm assuming. Muhammad said, as a Pats fan, I want the Chiefs to win. Interesting. Why you say that? Plexico says, go Chiefs. All right, we're back. Handoff on 1st down. That is Clyde. That is maybe a 1st down on a quick run. Just great burst. Hitting the hole with acceleration. 4:20 left in the first half. 2nd and 1. So they gave him 9 on that carry. And Lamar's on the sidelines trying to figure out what the heck is going on to his offense. 4 minutes left in the first half. 225 yards to 75. 2nd and 1. Mahomes throws over the middle. Complete for a 1st down to Sammy Watkins. Maybe the Chiefs are just a terrible matchup for these Ravens, man. Maybe they are. 3:40 left in the half. The Ravens can't figure it out. Ultra says Patriots Falcons 2017 fog game was the most frustrating Falcons game I've watched in a decade. Yeah, we clamped you in that game. AP Gaming says Lions going 14-2. Damn right. Mahomes moves to the right. Pump fakes, looks and runs for about 5 to set up 2nd and 5. Is Earl Thomas signing with the Texans? He's working out for the Texans. Is he signing there? I'm not 100% sure yet, but he could. He could. Not 100% sure, though. Next. What's up? Okay, we got 2nd and 6. Handoff. Great run by Edwards-Helaire, finding the hole and running and hitting it for 15. Another great run, man. Chiefs proving they can run it just a little bit. Just enough. Bunch to the right. They fake the handoff to the receiver, and that opens up a split second for Edwards-Helaire to find the hole and get the 1st down. Ravens are also susceptible to the run game. It's just not a lot of teams are able to run versus them because the Ravens are always leading. But right now, they are not. 2 minutes left in the first half. Handoff to Edwards-Helaire and taken down hard by the Ravens defense. That is Queen, their 1st-round pick, taking him down for only a 1-yard gain. Peyton Manning is in the chat. What's going on, Peyton? He says, well, Mitch, at least you have me as a subscriber. Yeah, that's true. I mean, I have the great Peyton Manning who subscribed to my channel. I feel accomplished. Durkant says, this is the team that was supposed to be better than Buffalo. Cry faces. How many times are you guys going to comment that? Opium says the Ravens need Ed Reed. I mean, I think any team could use Ed Reed. Johnny says, damn, Lamar Jackson, dude, when are you going to make any completions? Kansas City gonna kill y'all ass, says Johnny. Yeah, Lamar's got Lamar and the passing offense in general. It just seems like the Chiefs are all over what they're trying to do in terms of the passing game. Like they're flooding the areas of the field that the Ravens love to throw the ball to. Specifically, Mark Andrews. Ultra says, Baltimore built this team to beat Kansas City. Not only are they failing at that, they also match up poorly with Buffalo. What is with this obsession with the Buffalo Bills, guys? Calm down. Can they beat anybody first? Like, they beat the Rams. But, the Rams, if you watch the end of that game, you understand why I'm skeptical. Johnny says, that running around BS don't work for Kansas City. You got to be able to throw it and run it. Okay, fair enough. Ultra says, I respect your career and you're the second greatest quarterback to ever live. To Peyton Manning. Peyton. Peyton is the GOAT of quarterback commercials. There's no doubt about it. He is the GOAT of that. And then Durkant says, Peyton Manning is a choker. How are you going to respond, Peyton? Peyton said, I'm the second best quarterback of all time. Chase says the Bills are 3-0 with a face. Guys, we got 85 people in the chat. Let's get up to 70 likes. Let's go. Gronk spiked that like button. Kittle spiked that like button. Kelsey spiked that like button. Mark Andrews spiked that like button. Let's go. All right, 2nd and 9 at the 2-minute warning. Mahomes. There's a flag on the play. It is false start. So this might give the Ravens an opportunity here to make a play defensively because the Chiefs just hurt themselves on that play. All right. 2nd and 14. 2 tight ends. Or I should say, again, 1 tight end and a fullback in the game. 2 receivers in the game. Play action. Kelsey comes by to block. Mahomes looking down the field. He's got Hill, but that's incomplete. Incomplete, looking for Hill on a deep post. Jimmy Smith was there. Jimmy Smith, man, he's just so physically, he looks like a linebacker. Max says, hi, what's up, Max? Johnny says, KC about to blow these boys out. Peyton says, me and Tom Brady talk and hang out all the time, Mitch. That's awesome, Peyton. Can you say hi to Tom for me? Next time you guys play golf. Blitz by the Ravens. 3rd and 14. Mahomes going deep. Mahomes has Mecole Hardman for a wide open touchdown. Wide open, bro. It is now 26-10 for the Chiefs. A Mecole Hardman 49-yard touchdown reception, who I just picked up last night in my fantasy football league. Let's go. So what do you guys do? If you're the Chiefs, Miss Share says, woo, beautiful throw and catch. I'm happy for you Chiefs fans because you guys are showing out right now. You Chiefs, I mean, you guys are Super Bowl champs, but like you're underdogs in this game. And you are smacking the you know what out of the Ravens right now. So now it's 27-10. This is a pretty pathetic Monday night performance by the Ravens so far. I was expecting a lot better. You know what? I want to ask Trump. If Trump's still in the chat right now, are you going to bet on the Ravens in the second half or what? I don't think this game's going to be like 50-10. Coach says, wow, Mahomes doing A-Rod 2.0. That was an impressive throw under pressure, but that's just what Mahomes can do, man. He's got a great arm. And, I mean, the guy was wide open, so as long as you can get it there, like, I guess it's still impressive because I know Drew Brees couldn't get it there. Slight shot at Drew Brees. Sports Group says over 28.5. As I said, Mahomes' arm is winning this game. I don't even know if Mahomes... I mean, I think a lot of quarterbacks could have made that throw. I know that Mahomes, a great throw, on a line, all that stuff, under pressure. But the receiver was open by about 15 yards. So if you're slightly athletic and got a good arm, I think you could have made that throw. I don't know. Maybe I'm hating, but that's kind of what I think. Coach says statement game. I don't know what the Ravens defense was doing there. Yeah, I took a shot at Breeze. 1:48 left in the first half. Peyton says the Ravens would be good if I was on the team. That's probably true. Throw short. That is J.K. Dobbins. So I think we're going to see a lot more J.K. Dobbins in this game as the Ravens are going to have to pass the football. So in the shotgun, Lamar, 130. If they can get it to 27-17, I think they got a shot, but they need to score a touchdown on this drive. Heavy blitz on the Ravens. Throw over the middle. That is Mark Andrews. Lamar connects with his number one target. And this is the thing. Like, I won't even blame Lamar if he's not able to get a comeback here because he does not have great receivers. His offensive line is not very good. It's pretty much the Lamar show for the Ravens. So if Lamar can do it, it's going to be pretty much single-handedly. 1 minute remaining in this first half. And his defense is very much letting him down right now. 2nd and 4, 50 seconds left in the half. And there's the offensive line getting destroyed. That might be a fumble. Is that a fumble or was that a forward pass? That will definitely be challenged. Chris Jones is a freaking monster and just wrecked Lamar Jackson on that play. Chris Jones is too good, man. Chris Jones should be illegal in about 8 states right now. I don't think he should be legal. Like, I know everybody talks about Aaron Donald, but Chris Jones is almost just as good as him. 45 seconds left in the half, and Chris Jones causes a forced fumble. The Chiefs will get the football back, and now it's looking very ugly. Very ugly. It's already 27-10. I mean, look at this offensive line for the Ravens, though. They look awful. Harbaugh he's speechless. I wish I could see his face, but we can't see his face because he's got a mask over it because social distancing, but 45 seconds. Sports Group says Mahomes will throw another touchdown at the end of this half. Opium says, where's the tuck rule? That's what I'm wondering too. I'm almost surprised that wasn't challenged. Mahomes under pressure steps up. He's looking to throw. He decides to run and he gets out of bounds with 37 seconds remaining. The thing about Mahomes is he's such a weird runner. Like, he runs like Forrest Gump or something. Like, he runs like a geek. Like, he doesn't run like a proper runner. I don't know how to describe it, but does anyone feel me with that? Like, he runs weird. He's moving pretty fast, but he looks like I don't even know. 2nd and 3, 4-man rush from the Ravens, wide open underneath Tyreek Hill to the 35-yard line of the Ravens. So they're at least in field goal position for Harrison Butker, who can kick it from about the other side, probably the parking lot. 30 seconds left in this half. It might be a 20-point lead at halftime. Wilson is the MVP this season? Yeah, I'd agree so far. Kansas City is in Missouri. Correct. Miss Sharon's setting the record straight. He does run like Forrest Gump. He kind of does, though. Am I the only one that's noticed he runs kind of weird? Kyler Murray does too, but Kyler Murray just moves so fast. I think Kyler Murray runs like that just because he's so short. 21 seconds remaining in the second. Maybe it's not that Kyler's short, but he's like super stocky. Jackson says Ravens are so bad. Kevin Durkant says Baltimore is so fraudulent. Doug says Chiefs get the ball to start the second half. Jackson says hashtag overrated. Everybody's hating on the Ravens right now with the I told you so's. The Chiefs are the way better team. Doug says Chiefs get the ball at the start of the second half. That's wild, man. This game could be 41-10 by the start of the... Mahomes looking for the end zone! Mecole Hardman drops it, but my guy on my fantasy bench who I picked up last night could have 2 touchdowns right now. Aiden says Pats beat the Raiders. Baltimore is a fraud. I guess you got to give Durkant credit right now. Okay, that might have been holding on the Ravens. I don't know where the call was. I thought Humphrey got away with a tug. And this is the concern for the Ravens versus the Chiefs. Their corners are too slow. So you're seeing right now that they have not played a lot of man-to-man because their corners cannot keep up. 3rd and 5. Mahomes on the move. Mahomes throws... And that is an open Sammy Watkins for a first down. So they're playing all this soft zone coverage, and it's just not working. Mahomes looks like he's limping a little bit. Will the Titans go 20-0? Although that's impossible. I'm going to say they go 19-0. I'll give you credit, Durkant. I'll give you the party noisemaker. Good work. Even though that's typically the clown sound. Mo says, tell Baltimore to drain the clock and lose. Kneel on the football, Baltimore. TC says too much speed. Yeah, it's a rare combo you got to have when you play the Chiefs. The kick is up, and the kick is, I think, no good. Yeah, no good. 42 yards out. Butker has struggled in Baltimore to kick this football. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the stadium, the wind, the footing. I don't know. But Butker has missed 2 kicks now. He missed an extra point, and he missed a field goal. That's very rare. Very rare. So Butker is keeping the Ravens in this game. And keep in mind, the Ravens had a kick return touchdown. It's not like they scored a touchdown on offense. So the Chiefs defense is looking pretty good. Pretty good. 5 seconds left in the first half, and I don't know if they're going to run, like just kneel it or run some sort of Hail Mary or hook and ladder play or something. But we'll see here for the Ravens. I don't know what's wrong with Butker. I do know that Baltimore is kind of a tough place to kick, but I don't know. And that's why it makes Justin Tucker just that impressive. Okay, now that I see it, that throw by Mahomes was pretty awesome. But maybe it's just that I see it so often that it's just kind of like a normal thing. Yeah. Mahomes is playing pretty good right now, though. Throw over the middle to somebody. I didn't catch it, and it was incomplete. I don't know what the heck. There was nobody in the area, and they still missed the throw and catch. So, I don't know, bro. Mahomes is preaching on the sidelines right now. I was expecting a good game. I'm disappointed. I'm kind of sad right now. Guys, if you could help me out, I'm really sad right now. So if you would, Gronk, spike that like button. I'd appreciate it because I was expecting a way better game tonight. And then what a way to close out the half. Mark Andrews just drops the ball on second down for the last play in this half. So that's exactly how Baltimore wants to end it, with completely not showing up to this game and completely looking like utter frauds. We will see what happens in the second half. I do expect this game to get a little closer because the Ravens played just about as bad as you possibly could play versus the Chiefs. And they accomplished that if that was their game plan. I don't know. Maybe the Ravens just really don't want the first seed because they got upset last year. Who do you have in the finals, Mitch? Are you talking about NBA or the NFL? Because NBA finals are going. Okay, yeah, he says Lakers in 6. That's actually my exact prediction, Lakers in 6. I think Miami, even though I'm not the biggest NBA fan, I think Miami is kind of like they got one really good player and then they kind of got a bunch of role players. And the Lakers, I mean, when LeBron is your second best player on your team, you're probably in a good spot. I thought the only team that could beat the Lakers was the Clippers. And obviously, the Clippers choked. So, yeah, this might be LeBron's easiest title of his entire career. If they lose to Miami, that would be such a choke. So, yeah, obviously, I think the Lakers will win in 5 or 6 games. That's my opinion. How do I donate? There's a super chat button, a money sign at the bottom of the chat where you type in, press the money sign, and then you can donate a few bucks if you'd like. Thank you. You can also donate by going to the description and getting exclusive content on my Patreon, where it starts at $3 a month, guys. So if you are interested in my Patreon or interested in supporting my channel, then yeah, go to Patreon. You can get more content, exclusive content that you won't find here on YouTube. You can also support the Bottom Line View. So that's a way to do it. Probably the best way to do it. How are the Chiefs the underdogs? I would say because the Ravens, the way they've looked thus far this season, how dominant they've been, and how kind of okay the Chiefs have looked. Like the Chiefs have kind of played down to their competition this entire season, while the Ravens have just steamrolled them. I think that's why they're the favorites. GSP has his top 5 MVP candidates: Wilson, Prescott, Rodgers, Allen, Mahomes. I don't know how Prescott can be in the top 5 when he's 1 and 2. I don't think that's a thing. I don't think that's possible, to be honest. I'm sorry. When you're an MVP, your team has to be like at least a top 2 seed. Like, I don't think people understand that, but like every MVP ever has been on a good team. Nah, AD is better. If you don't think that, you're not watching. Who y'all think gonna win? I'm actually interested to see if anyone thinks Miami will win. I think Durkant is a Heat fan, so Big Valley's Afix says bad week to start Baltimore defense, huh? Yeah. Luckily, I'm playing them, so I'm happy about that. Cedric says Lakers in 5. Durkant says Baltimore's flawed. I think Durkant hates the Ravens more than anyone I know. Now the question is, can the Steelers beat the Ravens? What do you guys think in the AFC North? Any chance that happens? Yo, how does the Ravens defense have 6 points? Oh yeah, they got a return touchdown. That's why. That's why. I was like, how do they have 6 points? They have 27 points allowed. How many points allowed do you need for them to get negative points? Also, how aggressive do you guys think? How aggressive do you guys think the Chiefs are going to be in the third quarter? Do you think they're going to start running the ball, or do you think they're going to keep passing it? Okay, so you get 0 points for 21 to 27 points allowed, and then you get -1 at 28 to 34 and -4 at 35 plus points allowed. That's bad. Lamar is kind of having an off game, but honestly, I think it's more been their defense has played really bad. They really haven't had the ball. Mohammed says if Big Ben works out with James Conner and Juju, they can win and stop Lamar. Yeah, maybe. It's just a matter of how do the Steelers do versus the rest of the league. Bink says, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Keep passing. Paul says, run the ball. I think you got to run it at least more than you have because, and this is why. I wouldn't say this versus a lot of teams, but I think when you play the Ravens, the more that you can make them pass the ball, the better. So just taking the clock out of their hands is probably the best way to go. And the Ravens are not good versus the run either. So this is kind of a nightmare scenario for the Ravens. This is like exactly where they don't want to be. My thoughts on the Rams look good. I've been impressed like each and every week with McVay and the way he's scheming up his offense. I think Jared Goff has played better. The offensive line has looked better. The defense, I think, is probably a little overrated based on their first 2 weeks. It didn't look as good last week. But I think they're going to be a wild card team. And probably a team in the wild card, that could give some people issues, I think. Just depends how well Jared Goff and the offensive line play. That's pretty much what it comes down to. Because we've seen when their offensive line is playing well, that team is pretty much good. And when it's not playing well, they are not quite where they want to be. Ultra says, Mitch, do you think the Patriots would be better with Brady right now? No. I think they're much better off with Cam. And it's for the same reasons I said this offseason. I don't think this team is made for Brady. Like, I still think they'd probably be 2-1, but I don't think they would have had a chance to beat Seattle with Brady. I think Cam gave them the best chance to win that game, probably. So, yeah. I think they'd still be 2-1. They'd have the same record, but I don't think it would be the same way we're watching. And I think in terms of Cam, like Cam is that kind of playmaker and that kind of carry the team on his back player that when your team isn't as good as it's been or not as good as teams you play, he can beat every team in the league basically by himself. Like we've seen Cam upset teams before because he's just so gifted that he can like win a game. Like if he were to just beat the Chiefs because he ran for 100 yards and passed for another 200 yards, like it's possible, right? But with Brady at this point in his career where he's a good good quarterback, but he's not what he used to be. He's not like a put the team on my back kind of guy anymore, especially with bad weapons. So if Brady had the Bucs weapons in New England, then I'd say, yeah, the Patriots would be better off with Brady than with Cam if that was the situation. But because that's not the situation, because New England is their offensive line and their defense is their best part of their team, Cam Newton makes them a better team than Tom Brady would because of what Cam Newton adds to the running game and how he stresses out defenses. That's just my opinion. And I'd also say, Cam is probably just on the surface a better player right now. I don't think that's crazy to say. I think Cam's playing like a top 10 quarterback. I think Brady is a borderline top 10 quarterback. But this isn't Tom Brady from like 3 or 4 or 5 years ago. This is 43-year-old Tom Brady. Like, he's still a good player, but he's not Tom Brady anymore. So, like, he's better off than Breeze. He's better off than, I would say, basically all of the old quarterbacks. He's closer to his prime than those guys. But, like, Cam's still only 31. So, if you could sign him to a long-term contract, this is almost the best possible scenario that could have happened for New England moving on from Brady, is to get a former MVP at 31 years old and have him for maybe the chance to have him for the next 5 years. Mohammed says Bucks versus Pats prediction. Are you saying that's your prediction, or are you saying who would win? Cedric says Brady has been pretty average. He's like a top 12 quarterback. I think that's fair. I think Brady physically looks better than what his stats suggest because he's still working out the kinks on Tampa Bay. I think he's going to continue to look better and better. His deep balls looked pretty good, and his accuracy has been on point. That Bucs O-line is playing better and better too the last couple of weeks. So we'll see how they look versus the Chargers, because the Chargers have a tough defense. That will tell us a lot about where they're at right now in terms of an offense. But Brady's kind of in a spot right now where the Bucs are such a good defense right now that he really doesn't have to carry the team. Like, the last 2 weeks, they've been up at halftime by like 20 points. How concerned am I about the Saints? I'm pretty concerned. I'm not even sure they'll make the playoffs right now. That's how concerned I am. Earl Thomas might sign with Houston at the end of the week. Yes. That would definitely be a big improvement for them. And Opium says, Ultra, how concerned are you with the Falcons? That kind of sucks to be a Falcons fan, though, because, like, Matt Ryan is your quarterback. So you're not bad enough to be, like, a top 3 pick in the draft, I don't think. Unless you just say, Matt, like, go on IR for us and play Matt Schaub. Like, I don't know what you would do if you're Atlanta. You probably get a top 10 pick, but I don't think you're going to get a top 5 pick. Cedric says Harry has been playing good. Yeah, he looked better versus Seattle. He still has a lot to work on. But he's looking more comfortable. He's making more plays. He's not making as many mistakes as he did last year. So Harry's looking better, but there's still a lot of strides he can make to be a good number 2 receiver, which I think they're hoping he can be a number 1 at some point. Chiefs get the ball here to start the half, and we are now in the third quarter. And let's see. Head says, Mitch, I think either the Pats or the Bucs are going to the Super Bowl. That would be pretty awesome if they could meet in the Super Bowl, but regardless, I could see that. The NFC is kind of wide open, and the AFC, with the way the Ravens are looking, I mean, I don't know. I guess the Patriots got a shot. 1st and 10. AFC is a lot stronger than the NFC, though, which is what a lot of people didn't think was the case, but Throw up to Clyde Edwards-Helaire, who beats his man, Patrick Queen, for a 20-yard gain on a little nice kind of, I don't even know, like wheel route, I guess. Like up and out. Maybe it was like a backfield corner route. I guess that's kind of what you would call it. Sweet catch. That was a nice catch. Nice hands by a back. Deshaun says Marquise Brown needs a 45-yard touchdown reception. Yeah, they need big plays. Hey, Brady's going to get better in fantasy. But I also told you to draft 2 quarterbacks. Tyreek Hill, throw to the flat, and he goes out of bounds with a 3-yard catch, and that's basically like a handoff there behind the line of scrimmage. Kevin says Brady doesn't care about stats. He just wants Super Bowl. Yeah, of course. Coach says watch football. What are you talking about? Cedric says, I said the Pats would go 11-5 or 12-4 before the season started. Nice. Flag on the play. Horse collar on the Ravens. That's on Patrick Queen, the rookie. Kind of struggling today. Bro, he says he's playing versus Lamar. So far, so good. Doug says, of course, the Patriots get to see how good they are next Sunday in Kansas City. Yeah, that will be a good game. I could promise you this. As the Chiefs just run a trick play and throw to Clyde Edwards-Helaire, they're just pulling everything out of the bag, which I'm sure Belichick's taking notes right now. But I'll say this much. I don't think the Patriots are going to come out and just not play like the Ravens have thus far. Mecole Hardman kind of flips it to Edwards-Helaire, who flips it to Mahomes, who throws it to Clyde. And so far, I mean, this is just masterful from Eric Bieniemy, Andy Reid, Mahomes, and the crew. I mean, everything's been executed basically to perfection. 2nd and 3, handoff, run up the middle. And this is what I'm talking about. The Ravens are not good versus the run either. As there's a fumble, they gave up a gashing run, but the Ravens might have got the football back after a huge hit. Coach said he's never seen anything like Mahomes since 1971. I hope the Ravens get this. Yes, they did. I just wanted that. I'm sorry, Chiefs fans. I wanted that just for the entertainment sake of the game. I'm not trying to hate on your team. I just want this game to be more entertaining. Thompson gets destroyed by, I want to say that's their safety. I'm blanking out on his name. Their strong safety. I think Clark. It could have been Clark. It could have been one of the other guys. I didn't really get a good glimpse of that, but the Ravens do have the football now. How concerned am I about the Steelers and Antonio's mistakes? Antonio Brown? Who are you talking about? The Steelers. Antonio. Who's Antonio? Like, who's Antonio? I'm confused. Am I missing something? One Pride says Lamar Jackson is trash. Shout out to One Pride, bro. Lions big win yesterday. Cedric says Eric B is better than at least 15 head coaches. I'd like to see him get a chance or a shot at a job. Head says, what about the Steelers? They've looked solid. I'm concerned about their offense a little bit. Their offensive line specifically and their passing game. But they got such a good defense and they still got a vet quarterback. They got a good coach. They're definitely going to be in the playoff mix. It's just a matter of me for the Steelers of like, what is their ceiling? Is their ceiling, okay, we can win the AFC North? Or is their ceiling like get to the playoffs and lose? I think their ceiling depends on how good the offense is. Vincent says, I honestly think that the Chiefs would most likely win because they have a better offense and defense. Versus who? Are you talking about Baltimore or who are you talking about? Are you talking about the Steelers? Lamar Jackson is better than Brady, yes. Josh says they need to get some momentum on this drive. Yes. Most points in a quarterback's first 25 starts. Mahomes has the second most ever behind Kurt Warner, and Lamar is fourth, just ahead of Dan Marino by 4 points. That's just impressive. That speaks to how good the greatest show on turf was. Like, wow. First and 10 for the Ravens. Pistol, play action, screen, and the Chiefs are all over it. This might be a fumble as well, but it is called incomplete. 12:51. The Chiefs have, it's almost like they know what's coming. They are diagnosing these plays so quickly. Lamar with the screen, and it's just eaten up, man. You got to credit a very sketchy linebacker group. A lot of people say that's the flaw of the Chiefs defense. The Chiefs linebackers, Anthony Hitchens, former Cowboy, Damian Wilson, playing well. And their defensive line is playing very well. So 2nd and 10. Triple option, pitch to Mark Ingram. And that is 5 yards, maybe 4. 12:45, another third down up and coming for the Ravens. They got to convert. And I would say this is about four down territory now. I don't care that you're in your own end. You got to sustain drives. You have to. You cannot give this ball back to Patrick Mahomes without scoring. So I would say this is 4 down territory. Whether that means you run a play to get closer to a 4th and 1 or 2, or if you just try to run this for a first down, like 3rd and 6, there's a flag on the play. Not sure who it's on here. Go Skittles in the chat. What's going on, bro? Says Lamar's got to throw more than 2 yards. LJ needs to hone his talent, and he will. He's old enough to be my kid. He's still a youngin'. Time will tell. Yeah, Lamar's he's still very young. I think he's he's younger than me. I think he's like 23, I think. 12 minutes left in the third quarter. Why did the kick return blow the game? Big Avelli says the Kansas City defense can tackle. This game they can tackle. Previous games, not so much. 3rd and 6 for the Ravens. 11:50 remaining in the third quarter. Motion, bunch set to the right of Lamar. Motion from Dobbins. Lamar looking to Dobbins, not there, pumping and throwing. That is Marquise Brown, who manages to get the first down. But then again, I mean, yeah, they completed that for a first down, but there were Chiefs all up in Marquise Brown's grill. So even when the Ravens make a play, there's guys all over like their concepts. They need at least they need a touchdown, not just a field goal. Am I 24? Yeah, I'm 24. I'm old. 11 minutes. 4 down linemen for the Chiefs. Time for Lamar. He goes deep. He's got a guy, and he just misses Marquise Brown. Like, by this much. Marquise Brown separated from coverage. Lamar flicked it out there and just missed. Let's see. Looked like Marquise couldn't find the ball. Like he was looking for the ball, he couldn't find it. 10:53 left in the third. Cedric says Jackson doesn't look right. 60% on my picks for my best bets. Yeah, I think that's what you're talking about. So I'm assuming you're a Patreon member. Lamar scrambles, and he's got a big gain, and he is in Chiefs territory. He's pumping up the imaginary crowd. 1st and 10 for the Ravens. And I think Lamar at this point just got to take the ball into his own hands. He's just got to make plays. Whether that's throwing or running, he's got to make plays. So here we go. Lamar, he saw a cushion to the left to scramble. He found it. He's able to outrun a cornerback and then run for about, 30 yards. 1st and 10 at the 50 for the Ravens. Do I think Lamar and the Ravens will make the playoffs? Yes. 1st and 10. Handoff. That is, I think, Gus the Bus, and that is 3 or 4 yards. Yes, sir. Yeah, 60%, man. I was wanting to go 80%. But the damn Titans, bro. I'm never betting on the Titans again. The Titans are 0-3 versus the spread. And in both games, I had them as my best bet. They've lost by a total of 2.5 points. Bro, they lost by 1.5 points. They won the game, but they didn't cover 2.5. What a joke. 2nd and 6. How do you win but don't cover 1.5 points or 2.5 points? 1st down on that run by Gus the Bus. And if you don't know who Gus the Bus it is, it's Edwards. And look at the Chiefs. They're just everyone in the box. Good running by the Ravens, though. Good blocking, too. 1st and 10, 9 minutes remaining in the third. Ravens moving the football. That's a fake handoff to Ingram and a run for Lamar for an easy 1st down. Another nice, tricky little run there by the Ravens. They got just so many ways to run the same play. Like, fake the jet sweep, fake the handoff, run with the quarterback. First and 10, 8:20 left in the third. Pistol again, Nick Boyle beside Lamar, handoff. And that goes for about 1 or 2 yards before he's stuffed. Why did I get rid of my little football? Are you talking about the football that shows who has the ball? I mean, I could bring it back. Leo says the Steelers have a shot in the North. Yes, they do. I think they do. I think it comes down to if they can keep up the Ravens. Now, I don't think the Steelers play the Chiefs or the Patriots, so I think that's good. Throw to the end zone! Great throw, but a drop by Mark Andrews, and Andrews is now limping. This is something we've seen from Andrews before. He does sometimes just straight up drop the ball. He beat his guy on a stutter and go and had the ball in his hands. He just dropped it. It was a great pass by Lamar. You can't blame him there. You got to catch that, man. You just got to catch that. You're one of the best tight ends in the league. You got to make a big play for your QB. And he just didn't. 3rd and 9. The woes of the Ravens continue. Dobbins out wide to the left. Lamar throws to Dobbins. Dobbins not able to make a guy miss, and the Ravens will come up short to make it 4th and 1, maybe 2. What happened with Antonio Brown? Why are you guys talking about Antonio Brown? Did I say his name instead of Marquise by accident, or like what happened? How concerned am I about Aaron Rodgers in Green Bay? From what perspective? I think the Packers are good. They're a playoff team. They might even be an NFC contender, judging on how kind of like weird the NFC is. Like, I don't see a complete team right now in the NFC. So the Packers got a shot. Oof, big penalty. So the Ravens were going to go for it, but there's a false start on their right tackle, Orlando Brown Jr. So now we have to see if they kick it or if they go for it, because now it's going to make it, instead of a 4th and 1 or a 4th and 2, it's going to make it a 4th and 6. So I think you got to kick it now, and that's what they're going to do. That is huge, and that's a huge break for the Chiefs. So even when they're set up for success, the Ravens still managed to mess it up. 6:25 left in the third quarter. Justin Tucker, attempt to kick, 42 yards. The kick is up, and of course he makes it. I should just put the field goal up before Tucker even kicks the ball. Like, at this point. Unless it's like 60 plus yards. What's up, Leroy? Leroy, why aren't you playing your Madden game right now? I thought you were playing right now. Durkant says, I told y'all about the Ravens. Leroy, how's Flo in the chat right now? Is he silent? Nah, I like the Packers. I think the Packers are good. I was wrong about them, okay? But maybe it wasn't that I was wrong about them. It's just that I think I was wrong about the rest of the NFC, like just not being as good as I thought they could be. I think what we're seeing from the Packers right now is the same team as last year. It's just that Rodgers is playing better. That's basically what we're seeing. Like, Rodgers is playing like he did like 4 years ago instead of like Rodgers last year, who was still good, but not like elite, which right now he's playing elite. Rich says, can you have a scenario where LBJ leaves Cleveland to Green Bay? What? Do you mean OBJ? I assume you don't mean LeBron James. They were who I thought they were, says Durkant. They're overrated. Leroy says, waiting on Relly, Flo and Crack gave up on this game. I'm not surprised. That's classic Crack. They probably put like GG in the chat. Like after like the second touchdown. Rich says he meant OBJ. Oh, yeah. I think it's a matter of time before the Browns trade OBJ. Just because they are not using him to his potential. It's as simple as that. They target him like 8 times a game. It's not that Odell is not the same player, because he is. It's not that it's nothing really other to do with the fact that they don't pass the ball. This week they might, because the Cowboys are going to put up 30 on their defense. So the Browns are going to have to pass the ball this week. But like on a typical game, they would prefer to run the ball 50 times than throw one pass to OBJ. So if you're the Browns, just the way you're building your team, why not trade Odell and get like a first round pick or get some sort of defensive player to help your team? Because 1, I don't think Baker is the guy. 2, he's not clicking with Odell the way he should. And 3, their team is not built for Odell to be the superstar that on most teams he would be. Like, even this is why the Ravens don't have superstar receivers. They don't pass the ball. So what's the point? Like, if you're a pass heavy team like the Chiefs, then yeah, you want to sign Tyreek Hill to a long-term contract because he's important to your team. But if your team is built through different ways, then why pay a receiver all that money if you're not going to use him? Travis Kelce for 5 yards on first down. So the Chiefs continuing to pass the football. Flo said they need Earl, Ed Reed, and Ray Lewis to win. Ovium said trade OBJ. Yes. I think at this point, anybody that's a fan of football should want to see Odell get traded to somewhere where he can be useful. Ultra says the Ravens are who we thought they were, and the Chiefs are not letting them off the hook. 2nd and 4. Kelsey in the slot to the left. Kelsey was open, but Mahomes instead goes to another open person, that's Sammy Watkins, for easy 10 yards. I mean, this is just easy. This is just so much cushion. Mahomes is just finding the quick throw. He's dotting them up. I mean, I've never seen Mahomes versus a good team. This is just too easy. Like, if I would have known this was the Ravens' game plan coming into this game, I would have bet all of my money on the Chiefs. Like, this is the worst game plan I've seen a good team have versus the Chiefs. Handoff to Clyde Edwards-Helaire, and that is a yard, I think. Maybe. Gets stuffed. So Mahomes targets tonight. They're showing a graphic here. 6 for 51 for Watkins, who's been the most involved. Kelsey, 5 for 70. Hill, 4 for 64. Hardman, 3 for 74. Clyde, 3 for 46. A big route down the sidelines earlier. And 1 for 5 for Sherman with that touchdown. Great play calling as well. Cedric says the Browns are destroying OBJ's career. Leroy, I would love if Odell went to the Packers, but then again, the Packers, you would probably be insufferable in the chat. Like, I don't think that would even be fair. Like, Rodgers throwing to Odell, who Odell separates by himself, but then the fact that you got Rodgers, like, pinpoint, it doesn't even matter if you're open half the time. He's just going to put it in your hands. Like, we've never seen Odell with an actual good quarterback. Sorry, Eli was not good. At least when Odell played with him, he wasn't good. 3rd and 1. At least we saw Antonio Brown with a Hall of Famer. So it's going to be 4th and inches upcoming for the Chiefs. They try to quick run on 3rd and 1. Brandon Williams was there to stop him. Basically, if Brandon Williams does not make the play, the Ravens are not stopping the run at this point. 3 minutes remaining in the 3rd quarter. That's why, like, this is the thing about guys like Brandon Williams. Like, they're kind of getting phased out of the NFL right now, but those kind of guys are so important just because they can single-handedly stop the run. The Chiefs go for it here on 4th down. I don't know if they got it. There might have been a second effort that Sherman, I believe it was Sherman who got the football there. It was on a fullback dive. I think the refs are pointing that the Ravens and Derek Wolfe stopped them. I think so. Let's see. Yeah, the initial surge was not there, and then when he goes down, I don't think the football crossed the line, so I think that's a 1st down for the Ravens. Unfortunately for you Chiefs fans, but at least we're going to see a more competitive game. Odell to the Bucks. How many receivers they need? I think at this point, AB would be way more likely to the Bucks because Brady still wants him on his team. OBJ to the Pats. That's what we need. Let's remember, guys, that Colin Cowherd predicted the Ravens to go 16-0, says Leo. Yes. Yes. Applause. The terrible applause to Colin Cowherd. Yeah, Baltimore. Nah, but this is just the way Baltimore plays. Stop it. Odell to the Chiefs. Stop it. Deshaun says Odell to the Patriots. Hey, to those of you that are saying Patriots are ass, I guarantee you they will not lose by that many points to the Chiefs. They will not show up. Head says Lamar is the best scrambler in the league, but he can't do it by himself. He needs to get out of the spotlight and get a real team because he's only 50% of the offense. Robinson to the Patriots. I could see that one. I don't know, though. I would love for the Patriots to get an actual receiver on their team. Like, I love Edelman, but the guy's like 34, and he's doubled on every snap. Like, can we get somebody else? Because then Edelman can be like the number 2. If they had, I would rather OBJ just because, well, I like him more, but also like the Patriots need a guy that can separate from coverage. Like N'Keal Harry has never been open in his football life. Like every catch he makes is like contested. I just like for them to have a guy that can actually get open other than Edelman. Like when you look at the Bills offense, the Bills have done such a great job of supporting Josh Allen because everyone says, oh, the flaw of Josh Allen is not being accurate. Well, when your receivers separate the way that all their receivers do, you don't really need to be accurate because they're wide open. So the first down play is a throw to, I believe that's Boykin for 8 yards. Mark Andrews has been terrible in this game. They're showing highlights of him getting shut down right now, but he has been terrible. Yeah, definitely, Cedric. Now, they should be 3-0 regardless. They had the ball at the 1 yard line. Sean says Seahawks, Patriots, Super Bowl. Rich. How can I sense that I'm a Patriots fan? We got a lot of Patriots fans in this chat right now. Hey, thanks, Jerry. Appreciate that. Hope you're subscribing. He says, go Steelers. Steelers looking good, man. Hey, you got to give Colin credit for at least going out there and making a bold prediction. OBJ to Houston. Considering they just traded Hopkins, I doubt it. And they traded for Cooks, who Cooks makes quite a bit of money. I don't think they're going to do that. Lamar scrambles, makes 2 guys miss. This guy is a one-man show, man. 5 yards on the scramble. He's so quick. He's like a joystick. Leroy says he catches well in a crowd because he's always in one. Who are you talking about? Robinson? Or Odell? Second and 5. Hand off to Edwards. Burst up the middle to the 10, to the 8 yard line for the Ravens. Ravens making this one interesting. I mean, they score a touchdown here. It's only a 1 possession game, guys. All of a sudden, the Ravens look alive. Edwards has been their best running back in this game. Leo says, did you see Max Kellerman says the Eagles should trade Wentz for Rivers? What? Rivers? Like, I could understand maybe trading Wentz because he looks terrible, but like for Rivers? Are you serious? Lamar scrambles to the 10, breaks a tackle to the 5 yard line, maybe the 6. Good work, Ravens, making this game competitive. I'll give you that applause for now. The Ravens score, I'm going to do air horn. This might be the end of the third quarter, though. It's about time. Damn right. We're about to head to the fourth quarter. And now, 2 touchdowns down. The Ravens got an opportunity to make this a touchdown game. A 1 possession football game after getting absolutely bullied in the first 2 quarters of this football game. This is kind of reverse. The Ravens have turned it on in the second half. That's typically the Chiefs. Maybe the best way to beat the Chiefs is to make them have a lead. Reverse psychology? I don't know. Possibly. Opium says OBJ to the Rams. Imagine OBJ and Sean McVay's offense. That's why I always want to see Odell in San Francisco. Jamie says we need a touchdown. Deshaun, you already got DK Metcalf. That guy might be the best receiver in the league already. Guy's insane. He should have had 2 touchdowns yesterday, but he's an idiot too. The guy's basically like young Megatron right now. He's just so big and so fast. Durkant says, let's be real. If B-More scores, Kansas City will just put them out of their misery. Durkant, at least they got a shot. All right? At least they got a shot. Their defense just needs to come up with some sort of play. One play. It could be a pick. It could be a strip sack. One play. Trade Wentz to the Bears for Foles. Yes. That would be the best trade ever. Jamie says, I agree. The Chiefs are always down and come back and win it. Yeah, Jamie's right. I mean, wouldn't that be hilarious if somebody actually came back and beat the Chiefs? I'm sure it wouldn't be hilarious for Chiefs fans, but you get the point. Sean smells an interception. Are you smelling it for the Ravens or the Chiefs? Leo says Deontay Johnson's the best receiver from that class. Last year? No. I would say DK is. Yeah. I don't even think Deontay is like top 3 right now. Maybe by the end of the year, he could be top 5. They got a lot of good receivers in that class. GSB says Chase Claypool will win the Super Bowl. Update the quarter. Thank you, Ultra. Almost forgot. And I just put a Q. Good work. Lamar throws, and it's caught! That's Mark Andrews. Or no, that's Nick Boyle. My bad. Finally made a catch by a tight end in a tight spot. Nick Boyle, 5-yard touchdown reception. Lamar with a dot. Look at this throw. On the money in the back of the end zone. There's some guys there too. Not bad defense at all. There was tight coverage, but Lamar just put it into a spot that only his guy could catch it. Great accuracy. Great catch. Just too strong, man. Nick Boyle's kind of underrated. I like him. I wish he was like, he's a good number 2 tight end because he can block, he can catch, run some routes occasionally. You know, he's a good number 2. So touchdown for Boyle, touchdown for Lamar, and now it is officially a 1-score game. So now it's 27-20. Updating the score right now so you guys don't yell at me. Opium with the eyeballs. We got a game. We got a game, ladies and gentlemen. 4th quarter. 27-20. It's the game of the year, according to every media source. So let's make it the game of the year in this 4th quarter. How about that? If you guys want to see a great 4th quarter, Gronk spike that like button, Andrews spike that like button, or Kelsey spike that like button. Let's go. Dunksy says, I've been comparing DK to Megatron since last year's draft. Glad to hear you see it. Yeah, I do. I don't think he's quite as refined as Megatron, but he's getting there. As I spill some of my water. He did get the best. He made that one huge play. Rich says, I'm still going with my original pick, Baltimore. Let's see what happens. Sean says, you see what Trayvon Diggs did to DK Metcalf? What, get burnt? Durkan says the Bills wouldn't even be losing. What is with you and the Bills? Are you a Bills fan now? I thought you're a Dolphins fan. Guys, I need the Chiefs to score a touchdown. I need the Chiefs to score a touchdown. I'm playing Baltimore's defense and Travis Kelce. But it can't be to Kelce. It's got to be to, like, Hardman or Hill or anyone not named Kelce. That would be very nice. Higby spiked the like button. I don't sound French. The sports group Vegas says, you the man, Mitch. Thank you. Kobe says, why do I have the feeling that this is going to be a comeback? The last three, missed field goal, fumble, and turnover on downs. Throw out to the flat, Clyde Edwards-Helaire. That is 6 yards. 2nd and 4 upcoming. 14:45 left in the fourth quarter. Antoine Winfield Jr. is going to be D-Roy. Damn right. I love it. 2nd and 4. And who predicted that? Yours truly. All right. 2nd and 4. 14:25 left in the fourth. Me homie in the shotgun. Kelce wide to the left. Handoff. Clyde goes backward. That might have been a little loud. Sorry about that. Minus 1 yard. 3rd and 5. 3rd and 5. Was that too loud? Clyde or JT? I had Clyde as my number 1 and JT as my number 2. Just because of the receiving element. But I think JT is the better runner. I think Clyde is the better receiver. I'd probably take Clyde in this climate of the NFL, but I don't know, man. That's tough. There he is right there for a first down, the 40 to the 45, and goes out of bounds at the 42. So there's an easy first down, and Clyde's being used more and more and more. Yeah, they are kind of complete opposites. They're very difficult to judge. But they're finally utilizing him as a receiver. He just, a quick wheel route, kind of like James White-ish out of the backfield. Almost like a pick play to allow him to get so open. Opium says Ravens play way too aggressive. Chase says it needs to be louder. 1st and 10, handoff to Clyde, and he goes nowhere again. The ref is being nice by giving him a yard on that. Who's your MVP? Excluding Russ. Dare I say Josh Allen? Maybe Rodgers. Those would probably be the top 3. Cam didn't have a great week this week. If Cam beats the Chiefs, he's probably MVP right now. 2nd and 9. Great throw by Mahomes under pressure. He jumped up like Michael Jordan shooting a jump shot and found Tyreek Hill for a first down. But yeah, I think it's probably Aaron Rodgers. Great catch by Hill, too, going up and getting it and then trying to protect himself from getting hit. Oof! Mahomes took a hit there, too. Dante Whitner? What is he, like 55 years old? Opium says Wilson's MVP. Yeah, well, obviously, the question was without him. Quick throw on an RPO to Sammy Watkins, and Watkins says, that's my bad. Leo, 4.5 sacks and a pick. Sounds like MVP to me. You're talking about TJ Watt. Maybe defensive player of the year. Not MVP. Yeah, Josh Allen's playing awesome right now. Matthew says, what's up, daddy? What's up? Kevin Rucan says, TJ might be the depoy, not the MVP. That's exactly what I said. 2nd and 10. Empty set for the Chiefs. Mahomes looking. Mahomes throwing deep. There's an open! But he overshoots the guy out of bounds. That's Mecole Hardman. So 3rd and 10 upcoming. Ramsey for MVP, says Opium. Opium is in love with Ramsey. Crush on Ramsey. Harris says Earl Thomas to Houston with the eyeball face. Possibly. I gotta get a touchdown to Tyreek or Mecole. Come on. Or anyone not named Kelsey. Come on. Mahomes scrambling. He runs. He might have the first. He does. To the 28-yard line of the Ravens. 11:30 remaining in the 4th, and the Chiefs and Mahomes are trying to secure this game with a touchdown. I don't want to say secure it, but it would be pretty difficult for the Ravens to win. Mahomes, I'm telling you, that ability that he's got now to scramble, that he's kind of learned in the NFL over the past year or so, has really opened up this offense to an even extra layer of being unstoppable. 1st and 10, 10:59 left. Hill with some orbit motion and a handoff to, I think that's Darrell Williams for 6 yards. Doug says Clyde reminds me a little of Barry Sanders. I think we got to stop with some of the Barry Sanders comparisons, guys. Maybe in his size, but that's about it. Every shifty running back is not Barry Sanders. Sorry to be harsh there. Handoff to, I think that was Clyde for a 1st down. He's so small, sometimes I can't see him. Mitch Trubisky MVP? Oh, definitely. Not even, I mean, his ability to get benched in week 3 was probably the most valuable thing that happened all week. So probably. The Ravens definitely lost this game more so than the Chiefs winning it. That's debatable. 1st and 10 because, I mean, handoff. Clyde gets hit, is able to bounce off and get an extra yard. I mean, the guy is fearless for such a small running back. He is very difficult to take down. That's for sure. Who do I think is going to win? Well, I picked the Ravens, which looks incorrect right now. I think the Chiefs are going to win. That's just the way I see it right now. So 9:13 left in the 4th. Tyreek Hill reminds me of Calvin Johnson. Nice. 2nd and 7. D Virgin MVP. All right, cool. Aiden says, who has the ball? Well, the Chiefs have the ball. And they look like they're going to score a touchdown. Again, hopefully to somebody not named Kelsey. All right, so everybody out there, cheer for not Kelsey to score a touchdown. Grow a mustache. I just shaved. I got no facial hair right now. A mustache? I don't know if I'm down for a mustache. But yeah, looking like Warren Sharp on here. 96 likes, guys. We aren't even at 100 likes. Come on. Gronk, spike that like button. And subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. What's up, King Nate? How you doing, bro? Hey, Shut up. Kelsey's not getting a touchdown. I'm sorry for the shut up, but he's not allowed. That would be this. That would be this.
You are an absolute dummy.
Thank you, Miss Sharon. I appreciate that. I don't know if I could possibly actually copy your haircut. I don't know if that, like, I would have to go through a lot of work to copy your haircut. I don't think my hair works like that. If I know the haircut you're talking about, the one that you posted in Discord. Which, by the way, guys, if you aren't in Discord, join it. It's in the description. I think I'm going to go with the Matt Ryan haircut next. I think Durkant would agree with that. Ultra says Buffalo is better than both of these teams. Laugh my ass off. You guys are with Buffalo, man. And then Durkant says, for real, Ultra. 7:45 on the West Coast right now. This game might end a little earlier than usual. Second and 7 upcoming for the Chiefs. Sammy Watkins motions from right to left. Mahomes has to scramble to his left, looks, throws, he finds his guy. That is Watkins, who goes down at the 1 yard line. Mahomes is like this is just what the Chiefs, like, every play is the last play of the game. It's absolutely great block by one of his linemen there. Nice sidearm throw, too. Yes, we're in the period color zones. I need the Robbie Anderson. I need the cam. I'm just going to have like a giant tree on top of my head. Mahomes looking, play action, throws to a wide open offensive lineman. And that is Eric Fisher for the touchdown. And now they're juggling the football and celebrating with the big left tackle, long-time left tackle, who I believe went second overall at one point, maybe first, actually. Wow. That is a score right there. That is a play. Hey, thanks, Drew. Yes, not a touchdown. Yes, I'm going to get Josh Allen's facial hair. I think he's got the best facial hair there is. I think Josh Allen looked in the mirror one day and he was like, how can I look as Buffalo as humanly possible? And then he just decided to do it. I think that's honestly what happened. Bro, the left tackle got the touchdown. Not even like a player that actually is fantasy relevant. The left tackle. I didn't think it was Kelsey because I've been watching Kelsey every play. I'm like, don't throw the ball, don't throw the ball. How much time on the clock? 8 minutes? Sorry, I don't exactly know. I'll tell you in a sec. First pick, yeah. Kind of a bust of a first pick, but he's still a solid player. So, hey. He's been on the team for like a decade, I want to say. Durkant's crying. Why is Durkant crying? Chase 34-20. Yes, sir. I got to change the score. Let's go avenues, says Todd. Minshew facial hair or Fitzpatrick? I think Fitzpatrick's looks better, but Minshew's is way more of a beauty, so there's that. Don't sleep on the Lions. Beat the Cards. Yes, don't sleep on the Lions. Ultra, stop putting pressure on my team. Stop it. What's up, Jay? Ravens defense is overrated. Yeah, that's what it's looking like. But I kind of think that the Chiefs offense can make any defense look overrated. Dolphins winning the Super Bowl in 2021? Yeah, probably not. Florida State is ass. Yeah, Buffalo is going 16-0, we got in the chat here. We get it. Second best kicker in the game. I thought that it was Butker until he missed two kicks in this game. So I really don't know. Mitchell says Justin Tucker better win me the week. How many points does Tucker have? Tampa Bay won the Stanley Cup. Why am I not surprised? I think I picked them at the beginning of the year to win the Cup. Chase says, I'll sleep on the Lions till they win the NFC North, says Chase. The Packers fan, by the way. Okay. Sleep on them all you want, bro. They're coming for you. What's up, Amanda? Who you cheering for? Todd says Seahawks are going to be the best team ever. They're going to be 16-0. The Seahawks, just the way they play, it's almost impossible for them to be 16-0 because basically every game they play is a one-score game. Ultra says, Mitch, who is the best? DK Metcalf, AJ Brown, McLaurin, or Chark? I would go with this order. DK, McLaurin, Brown, Chark. But I like all of them. Ultra says, not the only thing Tampa Bay will win this season. Tampa season. Amanda says she's cheering for the Ravens. Lamar, throw over the middle and incomplete to Mark Ingram. Eric Fisher is the first number 1 overall pick to catch a touchdown pass since someone named, what? Since Keyshawn Johnson. Keyshawn Johnson was number 1 overall pick. BLV is Buffalo looking volatile. Nah, I thought it was the biased Lions view. Flag on the defense. Damian Wilson. Personal foul. Is he being kicked out of the game, guys? Let me know. He definitely just got 15 yards, though. How is that a personal foul? I don't see it, ref. I don't see it, sir referee. 1st and 10, Lamar in the empty. Lamar, under duress, escapes, on the run, throws to a wide open receiver. That is J.K. Just Kidding Dobbins at the 41-yard line. 7:50 left in the 4th quarter. Lamar with a great throw on the run. Another blitz. Lamar throws, and it should have been intercepted, but he dropped it. He had Marquise Brown, too, but he missed that throw. That was a bad throw by Lamar. He had him. Brown beat his guy off the line and should have been picked. I think that's Charvarius Ward. Or is that Snead? Is Ward even playing? I don't know, man. I get confused sometimes with these Chiefs cornerbacks. 2nd and 10. All right. Lamar in the shotgun. Blitz. Lamar looking to run. Holding on the play, though. It's going to be called back. Lamar always high steps when he runs. 5 yards on this carry, but I think it's going to be called back because I think that's holding. What down is it? You'll find out in a sec. Beasley is better than Edelman. Don't at me. How much have you been drinking tonight, sir? Pedro says, tonight for the Ravens is just sad. I love the Ravens, but tonight is just not it. Play calling is not there. Our receivers are not catching the ball. And the defense, there's too many miscommunications. Would you rather draft Chase Claypool or Mecole Hardman? Probably Claypool, to be honest, even though I like both of them. Claypool looks like a stud, man. Hardman's good, but, man, I don't know. I think Claypool's got more potential, to be honest. Dobbins, so it is 1st and 10. It was a penalty on the Chiefs. Never mind. Throw to Dobbins, and that's about 5 yards as he gets wrapped up by Fenton. So 7 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter. Down 2 touchdowns are the Ravens. They need a score. They need a stop. They still have 3 timeouts, so they need a touchdown, a stop, and a touchdown to tie this game up. And the Chiefs are just coming with the house. Lamar throws on a slant. That's complete. Good accuracy, good throw, good catch. Marquise Brown for the first down. 6:40 and counting. Hurry up, for the Ravens. Marquise Brown only has 13 yards in this game. Lamar under duress again. Throw over the middle to Andrews. Complete again. That's 5 yards. 6:30 left in the fourth quarter. And all that matters right now is that the Ravens score a touchdown. That's all that matters. Lamar looking to run. Lamar, it's got nowhere to go. Lamar gets sacked at the 25-yard line. And he is disgruntled. That's the word I'm going to use. 6 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Just a great schemed pressure by the Chiefs. Lamar was looking to move up in the pocket. He had nowhere really to go. I would say that's a win for Spagnuolo. 5:50 left in the fourth. 3rd and 14. You would get absolutely obliterated by Cam Newton in a fight. 3rd and 14. Blitz. Lamar trying to escape it, but his offensive line lets him down again. And that is a sack for the Chiefs. 5:25 remaining in the fourth quarter and counting. I guess they got to go for it because they got no other choice here. Look at this terrible offensive line. Nobody blocks 94 on this play. And it just basically forces him to run into Frank Clark. Again, good job, Spagnuolo. Spagnuolo deserves 2 horns. 4:55. 4th and 24. The house is set. Lamar goes deep. Lamar throws incomplete, out of bounds. And the Chiefs will take over. And I assume they'll just try to run the clock out as much as humanly possible. Try to use up those timeouts for the Ravens. Maybe try to score another touchdown. I don't know, bro. But I expect the Chiefs to just run this clock out. So 4 minutes and 50 seconds left. Just good blitz. Good, Lamar had to just throw a prayer up there, and it was not good enough. Me, Ultra, and Mitch try to block Aaron Donald. Who winning? Probably Aaron Donald. Considering you're 5'1", Ultra is like 105 pounds, and then there's me. So it's basically me versus Aaron Donald. So Aaron Donald's probably winning that. 4 minutes, 50 seconds, says Alexis. Yes. Chiefs got this. Chiefs just got to run it out. No, Party, shut up. No Kelsey touchdown. No Kelsey catches. Okay? If anything, I want a deep touchdown to Tyreek Hill or Mecole Hardman, and then the Ravens defense can just lose more points. Thank you. That would be appreciated. How do I feel about the Packers beating the Saints without Devontae Adams? Pretty awesome. Saints aren't very good, though, honestly. They're good, but kind of overrated right now. Derek says, huh? Yeah, bro. Party says, laugh my ass off, just roasted Ultra. Game, set, match. Kevin Stewart. I think Chiefs fans got to be happy. I was just speaking facts. I wasn't roasting Ultra. I was just speaking facts. Go Chiefs, says Alexis. Hashtag let Mitch win. I love that. Doug says Trump's looking good on the teaser. Let's go, Trump. June says, is it normal for the... I don't even want to read that. Once I read the entire thing in my mind, I'm okay. Kev says Saints overrated. Chad Ochocinco feet. If you can run routes like Chad Ochocinco, you will make the NFL, Kevin Durkett. Tyreek Harris says, let's go Chiefs. So now a run up the middle, and the Ravens take their first time out with 4:46 remaining. If the Chiefs basically get, I want to say 2 first downs, this game is over. Like completely game, set, match. I wouldn't say it's over quite yet. Not quite yet. 2nd and 7, handoff. And do the Ravens take their second timeout here or no? Yes. So 4:42 left in the fourth quarter. Honestly, if I was the Ravens, I would have only taken like 1 timeout. Just because I want to force Andy Reid to make clock management decisions. And just see if I get lucky. Because at this point, you just got to get lucky. You just got the other team to screw up. And just hope they run the ball twice right into my defensive line. So 3rd and 6. Do the Chiefs throw here or do they run, guys? Let me know. Run or pass. So in their shotgun again. Jonathan says, hey, what's up? What's up, man? No! Not Kelsey! No! No! Why? Call it back! Call it back! 4:25 left in the fourth. Bro, I need the Chiefs to score a touchdown now. I need them to score a touchdown, I think. I'm not sure, but I think. Damn it, bro. Would Gilmore lock Julio? Yes. Then it says, hey, Mitch, what's up? Come on, Chiefs, score a touchdown. Score a touchdown. Come on. -4 points if the Chiefs score a touchdown. Hand off to Clyde. Clyde up the gut for 2. Bro, are you kidding me with that? Why couldn't they just throw to anyone else? I'm still winning by a point. Whoa. Bro. I'm still winning. Look at that. Not even a point. Like a 0.6 of a point. I'd rather need the Chiefs to score a touchdown or them to just run the clock out. Just run the clock out. Clyde, up the middle. It's going to make it a 3rd and 5, which is what I don't want. I don't want the Chiefs to throw the ball. Yo. Do I think Gilmore is the best in the league? Yes. Come on, guys. This is about fantasy right now. This is about it. I'm stressing. I don't like that the Chiefs, I don't like that it's the Chiefs. Because any other team would just run the ball. But the Chiefs are the Chiefs, and they're assholes. Just kidding. I don't hate the Chiefs. I'm just saying they pass it a lot. Who am I rooting for? I'm rooting for my fantasy team right now. Ultra says, didn't DK make Gilmore his... I don't want to say that word on stream. Sorry. But, no, not really. I mean, he had one huge play. And I will say he did, like, dominate him blocking. Do I really think what? Rhodes can shut down Julio. Rhodes closed, bro. Rhodes closed. Didn't he have a pick 6 this week, Party? I think he did. Oh my goodness. This is insane, bro. And I would have already secured it too if DK Metcalf didn't get the ball hit out of his hands like a complete idiot. But we're good. We're good, DK. We got this. Bennett says, LOL. Tyreek says, the greatest quarterback of all time. It is Thomas Edward Brady Jr. Yes, Party says yes. Party, is Reggie Wayne your favorite player of all time? Guys, if you're enjoying this game and enjoying me stressing out about my fantasy team, Gronk, spike that like button and subscribe to the Bottom Line View for NFL content all week long. Next Monday night, Aaron Rodgers, Matt Ryan, Packers, Atlanta Falcons. Third and 4, please run the ball. Please run the ball. Why? Okay, you threw a screen. Okay, good. Darrell Williams, first down. Let's go. Run the clock out, baby. Run the clock out. Please don't pass again. 30 seconds remaining in the fourth, or on the play clock. So they can run it down to about 2:20 left. So they ran this. Man, I was so concerned they were going to throw that drag route to Kelsey, but they doubled him on the play. So good. Ultra, I think you've kind of already given up, so I don't think you got to worry about that, bro. Handoff to Clyde, and he gets a yard, maybe 2 yards. So this will take it to the 2-minute warning. And then I assume the Chiefs will kneel it or maybe run a halfback dive twice and then kick a field goal. That's what I assume, but we'll see. Yes, they are going to win. Team No Kelsey touchdown. Damn right, bro. Ryan says, I got 5K on the Chiefs. Yo, Ryan. Ultra says, Matty Ice and Julio, my favorite players ever. I think I knew that. Who you got in the NBA Finals? The Lakers. Final score is going to be 37 Chiefs, Baltimore 34. I think this game's kind of over already. Maybe 37-20 for the Chiefs. Head says grow a full Spartan-sized beard. What game am I streaming? I'm streaming Patriots, Chiefs. Sunday. Patriots, Chiefs. And maybe possibly another game. Definitely not Thursday because that's the worst game that has ever existed. The Broncos and the Jets. I mean, who puts the Broncos and the Jets on Thursday Night Football? Not even the Broncos, just the Jets. I think the Chiefs will definitely be number 1. Seahawks number 2. knowing you, probably the Bucks, number 3. And then we got the Patriots, number 5. And the Bills, number 4. That's my guess. Then you're going to have the Ravens, number 6. The Packers, number 7. The Lions, number... No, I just kidding. The Bears. The Bears, number 1. The Bears. Stream Broncos, Jets. I'd probably fall asleep live on camera. Live on camera. Run up the middle to Clyde, and that is going to milk another 40 seconds off the clock. King Nate says he's got 20K on Baltimore. Please pray for me. No chance you got 20K on Baltimore, bro. Don't come in here with those lies. If you really do, I feel sorry for you. The Nick Gill Empire. What's up, bro? 3rd and 6. Chiefs, please run the ball. Do not pass the ball. Thank God. All right, they ran it. Now I'm expecting a Harrison Butker kick. My channel is boring. Thank you. I appreciate that compliment. So Lamar tonight had 97 yards passing. That is absolutely bad. But I think we saw the flaws of the Ravens on display today. So if anybody wanted to know the flaws of the Ravens, it's that their defense might be slightly overrated if you can replicate what the Chiefs can do offensively, which is difficult. And their offense, I think their offense is more what we saw their flaws of. Their offensive line is not very good. If you can stop them on first down, you got a chance. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Their offensive line is not good. So 4th and 1. The Chiefs are, I believe, going to kick unless they go for it here. Maybe they'll go for it. Maybe they are going to go for this. I don't know. Dude, you won by 2 points because I started Mooney over Miller. Nick, why did you start Mooney over Miller, Nick? You gave up on your boy Miller that fast. Ravens need to draft a center. They probably need some guards too. The Chiefs put up over 500 yards on the Ravens today. Please don't pass. Run the ball. Please don't pass. Why did they pass? Bro, why are they giving me a heart attack? 23 seconds remaining. And the Ravens are going to get the ball. So I guess they're just going to... Was that an incompletion? Or was that a pick? That wasn't a pick, right? That was incomplete. I didn't see it. Anyways, I think it was incomplete. Ultra says he's 2-1 in BLV fantasy. And a kneel taken by Lamar. Ooh, interesting. All right, so that's the game, guys. 34-20. The Chiefs defeat the Ravens. Should I stick around for a post-game show, or what do you guys like? I got to send this to my friend right now. Too bad we got Cam. All right. So let's give you a short little post game here. Final score Let me give you final score. Oops. Good work by me here. All right. Miss Sharon says, okay, lovely gents and ladies, especially Mitch. Game over. Go Mitch. Go Chiefs. Go Chiefs. Chiefs are undefeated. They squeak by the Chargers. And, of course, they wreck the Ravens here on Monday night. Alexa says, yeah, Chiefs. Chase says, Green Bay next Monday night. Tyreek says, Chiefs with the W. Ryan says, I won $5K. Congrats. Francis says, Chiefs vs. Bucks Super Bowl. Barring injury. Interesting. All right, guys. Let's give you a quick post game here. So let's just check the stats. If anyone missed anything. So 34-20, the final score. Let's redo that, okay? All right. 34-20, the Kansas City Chiefs defeat the Baltimore Ravens in Baltimore in what was supposed to be the game of the year. It was more like Patrick Mahomes domination, and the Chiefs dominate 34-20. Let's look at some stats real quick. 31 for 42, 385, 4 touchdowns, 0 picks, 4 rushes, 26 yards, and 1 rushing touchdown. That is, if you can count correctly, 5 touchdowns for Patrick Mahomes. 20 rushes, 64 yards, only a 3.2 yards per carry for Clyde, but he really contributed as a receiver with 5 for 70. Kelsey, 6 receptions, 87 yards. Pretty big game, but not enough to beat me in fantasy today. Mecole Hardman, 4 for 81 and a touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 5 for 77 and a touchdown. Maybe his best game of the season. Watkins, 7 for 62. Sherman, 1 for 5 and a touchdown. Eric Fisher scored a touchdown. Butker, with his worst game that I've seen him play, missed field goal, missed extra point, but it didn't matter. The Chiefs defense. Chris Jones came out to play, ladies and gentlemen. I called him a top 10 player on my top 100, and he showed me why. Chris Jones, 2 sacks, 2 forced fumbles. Damian Wilson with a good game. I didn't really see Tyrann Mathieu much, but he did his job. Frank Clark contributing pressure. I thought their corners played well. Snead, Fenton, I thought they played well. Ward as well. Their linebackers played usually better than they usually do. So offensively, the Chiefs dominated. They basically did not get stopped all game long. Their defense was solid, though. And they made their plays early in the game to allow the Chiefs to get a lead, which is what you need to do versus the Ravens, and allow them to dictate the pace of play and put the Ravens in a bad spot. Lamar, despite trailing for the entirety of the game, did not throw for 100 yards. He threw for 97 and a touchdown. He ran for another 83, but that wasn't enough. 4 carries, 39 yards, and 7 carries for 30 for Edwards and Ingram. Dobbins, only 1 carry for 6 yards. Dobbins, 4 receptions, 38 yards. Andrews, 3 for 22. Not good enough. He played terrible. Marquise Brown, 2 for 13. Not good enough. He was open a number of times, and Lamar and him could not connect. They got a kick return from Duvernay, the rookie, to make the game interesting, 13-10 early. Nick Boyle scored another touchdown to make the game competitive, but it was, again, not enough. And the defense. You want to guess how many sacks this Ravens defense had? Donut. 0. Nothing. 0 interceptions. 0 forced fumbles. Or wait, 1 forced fumble. That was caused by Chuck Clark, the strong safety. But other than that, they really did not stop the Chiefs at all. They didn't. As for the Ravens, I thought Brandon Williams, their defensive tackle, played well on defense. I thought that was about it. Maybe Calais Campbell played a decent game, but they did not get enough pressure. And their coverage, they seem to be on tilt. They seem to be off balance. They seem to be just confused. Like Andy Reid had them spinning in the first half. Offensively, their offensive line was horrendous. They allowed Lamar to get sacked 4 times and probably should have got sacked 6 or 8 times if Lamar wasn't Lamar. But the Chiefs were clearly the superior team. Fans not being in the stands definitely hurt Baltimore, especially early in the game. And the Chiefs were able to come out firing, guns a-blazing, with a really good game plan. And I think they showed the flaws of Baltimore. And this is where I was concerned about Baltimore during the regular season. Their passing game, when they're in a hole, when they need to throw the ball, it's not very good. Their offensive line is a big reason for that, even more so than them not having a lot of great receivers or anything like that. Their defense, when they are off balance from a game script perspective, when teams are able to throw the ball on them early, on the early downs, first, second down, and they're able to get into manageable third downs or able to get a first down and 2 downs, the Ravens defense is not good because they're blitz oriented. So they're basically waiting for you to get in the 3rd and long. And if you don't get in that 3rd and long, you're basically going to move the ball versus the Ravens because they're not great versus the run. And they just don't match up well with the Chiefs. It just appears they do not. Their speed in the secondary, they never played man. They never challenged these receivers. They never got in the face of Tyreek Hill or Travis Kelce. They really didn't do anything to cause them any sort of discomfort. It just seemed like the Ravens were hoping that eventually Mahomes and this offense would make a mistake. And they didn't. And you can't just hope versus the Chiefs. And every blitz they sent really didn't get there. Nobody was injured in this game, Mr. Singh. Nobody was injured. So, yeah, that's the way I see it. I just think the Chiefs took advantage of all the Ravens' flaws. They were able to do exactly what you need to do versus the Ravens and put the Ravens in a game script that they're not comfortable with. And that's exactly what we saw in the playoffs versus the Titans. And I think that's what we saw today. So the Ravens go to 2-1. The Chiefs go to 3-0. Mahomes shows why he is probably the best player in the NFL. It's him or Russell Wilson right now. And that offense, man, when it's clicking, it's basically unstoppable. Even a good defense like the Ravens cannot stop it. All right, guys. I hope you enjoyed the game, the live stream. If you did, Gronk spike that like button and subscribe to The Bottom Line View for more NFL and NFL live streams. Chiefs fans, next Sunday, I'll be here. I'll be live. Patriots, Chiefs, which I think is going to be a better game than this one. So watch out for that. All right, guys. It's Mitch of The Bottom Line View. Thanks for watching. Peace.